And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another production here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're here in Jackson, Mississippi, getting set and ready for the 2025 SWAC Championship game. I am Philip Prince. Alongside me is Coach Hyde. Northern, how you doing, Coach Northern?
Man, I'm doing good. I had a good ride up today. Start off raining, but I tell you what, for a championship game, you can't ask for much better weather or atmosphere. We got bluebird skies. The wind not blowing too hard. It's a little cool, but not cold. And we got two great teams, two great bands, two great fan bases looking to go to battle in the next few minutes.
Absolutely. Last time these two teams met was back in 2021. In the previous SWAC championship game, Jackson State was victorious over Prairie by a score of 27-10. So the Panthers are trying to reassert themselves here in the SWAC division as the Jackson State. They're trying to repeat as they were the 2024 SWAC championship champions. So they're trying to go back to back. So what can we expect for today's game, Coach?
I think we can expect a hard-hitting game. Two good teams, two great defenses. On paper, two good running backs, running attacks, I should say, not just backs, because both teams have multiple backs they can send at you. But I just think it's going to be a good one. I think one of the keys that not a lot of people have talked about is the special teams aspect of the game. But I'm looking forward to a good one. Like I said, you got a great playing surface, and you can't ask for much better for a championship game.
Yes, sir. The Prairie Panthers coming in with a record of 9-3 overall, 7-1 in SWAC play. As for the Jackson State Tigers coming in with a 9-2 overall record and 7-1 in SWAC play. Prairie was the Western Division champs, as the Jackson State was the Eastern Division champs. For the Panthers, they come in averaging 31.8 points per game, while the defense has allowed 15.8. The offense is coming in averaging 428 yards per game. Rushing wise, 202 yards per game. Passing it, 228.7 yards per game. As for the Jackson State Tigers, they have scored 33.9 points per game, while the defense has given up 18.4. Offense that's averaging 476 yards per game. That's top 5 nationally in the FCS. Rushing offense has averaging 270 yards per game, while the passing wise is averaging 209. So you see that the Jackson State Tigers and the Panthers coach are trying to run that ball efficiently.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing both teams do is run the ball first, run it second, and throw it when they want to more than throwing because they have to. I think one of the keys to it, too, is going to be eliminating penalties so it keeps you out of second and third and long. And then the other thing is, can you run the ball when both teams know either this is about to be a run or we about to have to stop the run. So that's going to be the biggest thing when it comes to two good running attacks. Because you know I think it's probably going to be 60 run pass for both teams. The other thing is, I think for Prairie View, their short passing game is the extension of the run game. And then with Jackson, their jet sweep series, even though it counts as a pass, it's still a part of their running attack.
Yes, sir. So for the Panthers, coming in led by Tremaine Jackson. For the Jackson State Tigers, coming in led by T.C. Taylor. This will be the first meetup between these guys here. And it couldn't come at a better time, Coach, here at the SWAC championship game.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot more you can say about it. It's that time. You know what's at stake. The winner keeps on playing at least one more game. The loser putting their stuff up in mothballs. The winner gets a ring, the loser gets nothing. So that's just a cut and dry way of what it is. But I think it's going to be a good one. I think the both schools have great coaching staffs, great individual players, with Bingham getting freshman of the year, Jackson's guy getting newcomer as well as defensive player of the year. So it's a lot of superlatives. And then you can't discount the fact that Coach Jackson was named Coach of the year, and normally they would wait until after the championship game to name that. But I think with everything that was at stake and how they made it from third to the championship game is a big turnaround. So you can understand the kudos that are being given to the players as well as both coaches.
So some key takeaways for today's game. Prairie View has been up and down since the last decade, has some few solid seasons if you date back from 2015 with 8-2, 8-1 in the SWAC. 2016, 7-4. 2017, 6-5. 2018, 5-6. 2019, 6-5. And then you could kind of guess you could say put it in between that COVID year, and then you jump into 2021. You got the 7-5. They won the division on the west side, but like you said, they lost to Jackson State in the championship game that year. And then in 2022, they went 6-5 under Coach Bubba McDowell. 2023, they were 6-6, but with 6-2 in SWAC, enough to claim the Co-West honors in the SWAC title game, but ended up losing to Florida A&M in that one. And then in 2024, went 5-7 and 3-5 in SWAC under Bubba McDowell's final year. And then here we are, 2025, 9-3, 7-1 under the first year, 10-year head coach for Jermaine Jackson. And what can we expect for Jermaine Jackson? Because a lot of was not expecting the Panthers just to be this far.
Well, once you make it this far, all the expectations go out of the window. It's a championship game. So I think the expectations sort of, after that third or fourth game, once you sort of see what you have, everything else is just extra, I should say. But I think one of the things that people don't realize, Prairie has been relatively healthy. So that helps you in terms of guys being able to play together longer, get more reps with each other, all those types of things that go into getting a better product on the field. When you can stay healthy, your starters play a lot. I think that's a big thing.
So now let's jump into the Jackson State side of things. If we jump back all the way to 2015, they were looking at a 3-8 overall record, 3-6 in conference, and then rinse, wash, and repeat. Did the same thing in 2016. And then we're just going to fast forward to 2021, where the dynasty kind of started for Jackson State in a sense. Went 11-2, capturing a SWAC championship in 2021 over Prairie. And then 2022 had its best dominant season, winning another SWAC championship. And then things went under TC Taylor with this first year, as they went 7-4, 5-3 in SWAC. But then they resubmitted themselves back into the SWAC championship. 2024, they won and beat Southern Jaguars by a score of 41-13 in championship game. And then this year, they finished their record 9-2, winning the East, and earned the rights to host today's championship game. We're here in Jackson, Mississippi. Prairie A&M logo was Prairie is sitting in the north logo in the north end zone. Jackson State in the south end zone. Prairie band and the crowd has made their way out here. A better turnout than what I was expecting, but also a good turnout here for the faithful Jackson State. We're about 17 minutes until we get set for the kickoff and get this championship game underway. We'll take a quick break and step away as they get ready to honor America and get set for this game. When we come back, we'll be giving you the live kickoff. Keep it right where you got. You're listening to the Mike Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're here in Jackson, Mississippi, here at Veteran Memorial Stadium, where we have the 2025 SWAC championship game between the Prairie A&M University Panthers and the Jackson State Tigers. I'd like to remind our listeners that today's game is being brought to you by the Prairie Athletic Club, serving the Panthers since 1986, a proud partner with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Also, we'd like to thank another sponsor, the Temple of Refuge Ministry, located in Prairie, Texas, building the kingdom one soul at a time, a proud partner with your My Broadcast Network. Prairie has made their way out of the South Field House, coming in wearing the all-white helmet with the Prairie A&M logo on both sides of the helmet, white top, purple number outlined in the gold, white pants with a gold stripe down the side. They will be the away team today. As for the home team, Tigers, coming in wearing all navy look, navy blue helmet, navy blue top, have their names on the back of the jersey in light blue. The numbers are in white, outlined in baby blue. Navy pants with a light blue stripe going down the side as the Tigers have made their way out of their tunnel in the south end zone. You can feel the intensity heating up, Coach. Like I said, this is my first time here at Veterans Memorial, and I can just see the excitement on your face over there. You can just feel the intensity. You wish you were back down there on the field.
Hey, man, I'm thinking about some great battles that I saw before I even got to Southern University. The 1993 season, we came here, and a lot of people said we hadn't beat anybody, and we came to Jackson and won. My senior year, the only loss that we had was to Jackson State here in a close ball game. Some of the great battles that we had when I was on the staff at Grambling State University. I think the first time we beat them, we felt like we had arrived. Prairie View, we only played here a couple of times because it wasn't mandatory. And to be honest with you, I think once we...
It's one of the rare stadiums that where you will see the grass natural, then the turf look. Kickoff was supposed to set at 1 p.m., but clock is showing at 1:06. So we're not too far off behind this one till we get this one set. Temperature right now sitting at 53 degrees. Say gust winds supposed to be up to 8 miles per hour. So shouldn't see how both teams will be able to handle on that special team side. Wind is not picked up that much yet. But we'll see how much that wind comes into factor in this game, Coach.
Yeah, it's coming from the field house, which is the open end of the stadium. So it's going from right to left, what most people would consider. But it's not a high wind. So it will have some effect, but I don't think it's going to have a 10 to 15-yard effect on field goals. It may be a 3 to 5-yard effect on the distance that you can go in terms of kick. Now, probably the punts will be affected a little bit more because of the height that some of these kickers will get on the ball. So we'll see if it does play into it.
The officials for today will be referee Ryan Myers, umpire James Rogers, headline judge Craig Morton, line judge Derek Smith, field judge Curtis Lowe, side judge David Boone, back judge Thaddeus Azor, center judge Tony Ross, and I guess you could say the replay officials Vernon Brakefield, and then replay communicator Roderick Holloway. Hopefully those guys have an easy, responsible day today at task, and we can have some clean football. Don't have to really throw anybody out, but you can see the intensity is building up here, Coach.
Yeah, and the biggest thing you don't want to happen is a penalty, getting a big score or a big long play called back. So that's the biggest thing. It's going to be emotional. The referees, despite what people think, don't want to have a say-so in the outcome of the game. They just want to see a cleanly played game, and they would love to be able to play without throwing flags. So we'll see how it goes, because that can be a big key to the game, being able to play and not have the big play called back, especially a scoring play.
So you got both teams coming in that have explosive offenses, and then also at the same time we're able to minimize and shut down the opponent's offensive side. So it's not many times where you come up to a SWAC championship game where both teams are almost neck and neck, it seems like.
Well, I think if you see that both teams run the ball fairly well, ball control, when you can run the ball well, you usually play good defense with that. So that's one of the keys to the game, who can establish the running game and go from there.
So it looks like the Tigers of Jackson State have their receiving team out on the field right now.
And one guy to look out for, number 0, Terrell. I would be skeptical to kick him the ball. That's not something I would want to do on a consistent basis. But other than that, you want to make sure you get off to a good start, because field position is so important in a game like this.
Yes, sir. Key players for today for the Prairie A&M University Panthers. You have your quarterback, Cameron Peters, who has over 2,000 passing yards on the season. Running back, freshman of the year, Chase Bigman, leading rusher, and a physical downhill runner for the Panthers. And also his man and sidekick right there, his mentor, you can say, Mr. McDowell, which is also another burst of energy that you have to come in and establish for, Coach.
Yes, they got a good group of guys on both. Both teams have above average quarterback play, great offensive line, great running backs, and both teams receivers also. We'll see. Look like Prairie set up for a sky kick right here. I see Terrell is on this side of Terrell, so it look like they're kicking away from him early.
So back deep for the Tigers will be number 0, Travis Terrell, and number 17, Eric Simmons. Terrell, the sophomore, standing on the right side of the hash, but again, they move from left to right. Simmons is standing on the left hash. Those two gentlemen are standing at their own 5-yard line to kick for the Panthers, lined up at his own 35. It's like it's number 86, Alfro. Alfro lined up.
Here's our favorite freshman.
Kicks it high, kick. From about the 17. Start trying to run this to the right side of the field. At the 32, and that's where the Tigers will get their first possession, Coach.
There's decent field position. Some guys went for the strip. So now how they gonna start off? Is gonna be some ground and pound, or do they try to throw some passes to set up the run, or vice versa?
So the Tigers come in led by their quarterback, Jacobian Morgan. For the season, had 1,100 passing yards. It's a dual threat quarterback, so the Panthers got to be respectful of the arm and the leg. So Morgan come and work out in the pistol formation. Got 2 receivers to the left. One comes in motion now. Gets the snap. Going to hand this to the running back. Running to the left side. Trying to follow his blocker. Going to take a hit. Up stuck. Finally ran out of bounds. Got shy up to 35. So it's going to be about a 3-yard gain.
Well, they only gave him one. Looked like a great job by the safety running the alley on both sides. If you don't block those safeties, they're going to make a lot of tackles at the line of scrimmage. So maybe look for a play-action pass for Jackson.
Saves only got 1 on that, so 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. Man in motion now, pistol formation for Morgan with a flea flicker. Looking to pass. Has it, thrown it to the left side of the field. It's going to be incomplete. Had a step on the defensive back that was number 7, Jamel Gardner, the redshirt junior that Morgan was trying to target over there, but good job by the defense sticking with Morgan the whole way.
Yeah, a little bit too much air on the ball, but that's a great call when you know they're coming up to try to stop the run.
So that incompletion makes it 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers. Now working in the shotgun formation as Morgan got 3 receivers over here to the right, 1 to the left. Now man in motion coming from the right to the left side. Looks like the Panthers were showing like they're going to shin blitz. Now drop back into coverage. Morgan rolling to the left side. Going to try to take this and try to get, but it's going to be wrapped up immediately. Going to say that's going to go down for a sack for the Panthers.
Yeah, they showed like they were gonna blitz, and then they dropped out, and then he couldn't find anybody. That's the thing about this defense. They confuse a lot of quarterbacks. This kid hadn't played in about 3 to 4 weeks, so you can expect some things like that to happen. It was a good job by the Panthers defense. I'm looking at. I know they were playing zone because when the guy went in motion, nobody ran with him. So maybe that's something that they will pick up on as well.
Back deep for him. The Panthers will be number 10. Allen standing at his own 30. High kick avoids the pressure by the special teams for Panthers that applied right there. Fair kick set made by Allen. So the Panthers will get it at their own 24-yard line, moving from right to left. So the Panthers defense were able to force a 3-and-out coach on the Jackson State first drive. So the Panthers came in today with the overall record, like I said, 9-3, and then they say calling the Road Warriors 4-1 on the season. As for the Jackson State, they have a perfect record that they're trying to keep. They went 5-0 here at their home stadium, so they're trying to keep all that at stake here. Peters coming out, working in a shotgun formation. Got split receivers, one to the left, one to the right. Bingman lined up on the right side. Tight end comes in motion from right to left. Now Peters going to hand this off to Bingman. Bingman trying to run this to the left side. Tried to slip to a hole, but going to be wrapped up immediately by a host of Tigers right there.
Yeah, they tried to run a power to the wide side of the field, and Jackson rotated. They went a cover 2 look and brought the weak side safety down, which basically puts them in a 4-2-5 look. So that was a good job by the Jackson State defense. Let's see if Prairie try to loosen them up with a pass or play action.
So that run for Bingman went for 1 yard. So 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. Looking over to east sideline to get the play call now ready to go. The play clock is down to 10 seconds. Peters getting the last signal. Now gets the snap. Going to hand this off to Bingman. Bingman trying to run this to the right side and cut back upfield. Try to slip through a hole, but not going to go anywhere for that one. But going to give him 2 yards, though.
They're good. Sometimes you just have to force the run game. So they'll be 3rd and a manageable 6 or 7 right here.
So back-to-back runs for the Panthers. Make this a 3rd down and 7. Ball is spotted at their own 27-yard line. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bingman lined up on the left side of him. Gets the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Run this to the right side. Has enough for the first down at the 40. Pass it. Say going to be shy of the 45. They give him the forward progress, so the 45.
And you can see with some confusion on the Jackson State defense. Too many linebackers slid to the strong side, and Prairie had a weak side run call, so it was a perfect call with the confusion that was going on.
So that gain over 15 yards moves the chain for the Panthers. 1st and 10 for them. Ball is spotted at their own 46-yard line. Shotgun formation for Peters. Throw this over to the right side for a quick wide receiver screen to the tight end. Trying to cut this back upfield to follow the blockers and going to turn a negative gain into a positive gain for the Panthers. But only going to say he went for about 3 yards right there.
Oh, I thought that was the tight end Jones. But Ojo is probably – he better watch out and make sure he doesn't have a big game.
So 2nd down. Say 8, say 7 for the Panthers. Going to be a run
good jump
to
cut.
Bingman. Like I said, you heard Coach made a nice jump cut to avoid the hold up right there and force it back to the outside and make this much more 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, so now you can run your short passing game, your quick game, or you can go back with your quarterback runs that you had success with already.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. The Jackson State Tigers defense looked like they were going to send some pressures right there. So Peters picked it up, looking over there to the east sideline to get the new play call on this 3rd down and 3 play. Now got the new motive and ready to go. Now it's going to make this 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left.
There's still a lot of confusion going on.
Play clock is down to 0. They just get it off. It's going to be a design quarterback keeper. They're going to still have it. Peters spinning past the 35 at the 36. At the 34. Have enough for the first down to keep this drive alive.
And that's the thing about him. You can design plays for him, and he can extend some plays for you.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers inside the Tigers territory, officially at the Tigers 34. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 1 receiver to the right, Two to the left is going to be another quarterback keeper designed on the read option right there. And this one goes for a 2-yard gain for Peters.
Yeah, good power read look for the Panthers. I don't know why they're holding up the ball because Prairie didn't substitute.
Panthers have 4 lined up on the outside to the right over there. Peters is lined up in the empty formation. Got one receiver over here to the left. Peters gets the snap. It's going to be another design quarterback keeper. Tried to let a defender slip and go right by him, but the defender was able to stay onto his ankle to just allow Peters to another 2-yard gain. So it's going to make this a 3rd down, say 6 or 7 for the Panthers.
Now this may be a more designed pass right here, and if he can extend it, he will.
Ball is spotted at the Tigers' 30-yard line, kind of lined up more over on the right hash. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Now man in motion coming from right to left is the tight end, John. Now Peters gets the snap. Going to be a quick screen pass to Rodney Oho. For a second, he looked like he was going to pick up the first down, but then ran backwards.
He was trying to get back to the screen that was coming from the offensive lineman. So this will be about a 45-yard field goal right here with the wind at his back. So we're well within, I want to say, is this Diego?
Now it's going to be number 97 for the Panthers, Carlos Villagomez, the graduate senior, going to come out and attempt the 45-yard field goal. Play clock is down to 7 seconds. Game clock is at 8 minutes. Gets the snap off. The kick is up. It looked like the kick got blocked. And the kick is no good. Looked like it still had the distance to go, but it was just low. Didn't have the height. So the Panthers come up short on the missed opportunity right there on their first drive. So the Jackson State Tigers have life and the chance to regain that momentum right there. Looked like the Panthers were walking all the way down on the field for a second, putting up good drives for a second and good runs by Peters.
And the thing about it, you sort of split the field position back. So that's getting first downs is key. Now let's see what Jackson comes back with. Can they get a first down before they punt?
I'd like to remind our listeners that you can visit our 24-hour stream at obnradio.com to catch any rebroadcast of the game and special programs. That's only at obnradio.com. Also, you can share your scores and stories at our 24-hour message line at 936-463-2405. Again, you can text and call that number at 936-463-2405. 8 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We have no score. If you're just tuning us, both teams were able to possess the ball. Jackson State went 3 and out on their first drive. As for the Panthers, were able to get it starting at their own 24. Thought they were going to put together a good drive and ended up with no points by a partially blocked. I guess you can't say partially. It got blocked all the way, but a blocked field goal from 45 yards out. That's going to leave our score here at 0-0. So just getting out of the 2-minute timeout, or say media timeout. Again, the Panthers come in wearing the all-white, white helmet, white jerseys, white pants, numbers in purple, outlined in gold. As for the home team Tigers, coming in wearing the navy blue helmet with a light blue stripe going down the side with the JSU symbol or logo on the side. You have the navy blue top, white numbers, and navy blue pants with a light blue stripe going down the side. Both teams have made their way back onto the field of play to see what the Jackson State Tigers can put together here on their second look of things. Shotgun formation for Morgan. Got 2 receivers lined up to the left, 2 to the right. Running back Miller lined up on his right side. Tigers moving from left to right. Man in motion coming from right to left. It's the tight end now coming set. Morgan's getting the ball. He's going to hand this off to the running back. Miller is running backwards now. Is able to get at least back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, now they finally threw it. There was a big hole. Jackson got great penetration, And the guy that was holding pretty much didn't need to hold, but it was a good call. I saw it early, but Prairie View's defensive line got great penetration, which made the ball bounce and stretch. I think they know it.
So our first penalty goes against the Jackson State Tigers. That's going to push them back 10 yards.
And they got a 7-yard run call back. So that's the first time you see a penalty get called that changes the field position, the down and distance, all that. So now you're looking at 2nd and 20 as opposed to 2nd and 2nd and 3.
So move the ball all the way back to the Jackson State Tigers' own 18-yard line. 1st and 20 for them. 7 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Shotgun formation for Morgan is going to be a jet sweep, trying to go this to the left side, trying to follow the block. Is going to take a big hit at the 20-yard line by the Panthers safety.
Randall and Starling, great tackle right there. Good job running the ad. Like I say, it's hard to get to those guys. And all of them don't mind tackling.
So that jet sweep went to number 4. That was Taquan Henderson, and Henderson was only able to get 2 yards on that one. So now Morgan gets the snap, looking to pass, going to air this one to the right side of the field. Had a man coming across, but just put too much air on it. It's going to fall incomplete. Trying to hit number 3, Nate Rimbert.
Yeah, that's the guy they want to get the ball to, almost like a go with a corner flood route, what most people call outside vertical stretch, and they were not able to get it to him on the crossing route. But that was a good call, just not very well executed. Quarterback didn't step and throw. He threw that all on.
So 3rd down and 18 for this JSU offense. Ball is at their own 20. Shotgun formation for Morgan. Go throw this over to the right side on the design screen route, but going to be snapped up and wrapped up immediately by the defensive back for the Panthers, number 25. It's number 25, Darryl Sterling, making a nice open field tackle right there, Coach.
Yeah, the quarterback probably should have got that ball to him sooner. He looked on those screens like that. Just get it out your hand, and that gives your guy more separation between the corners and the safety. So that's a good job. And now let's see where this field position end up.
Then this is Bounce at his own 41-yard line right now. Say the wind is blowing at the punter's face right now. Gets the snap. Gets a low kick into it.
Over those guys.
Maintained by Allen. Doesn't make a fair catch. Signal made. Going to get this into a good return and get this one past the 50 inside Jackson State territory. So the Panthers will get this one with good starting field position, Coach.
Yeah, like I say, it is what we call a friendly game of putback where – their first drive started here. The penalty not only pushed them back, now you get a short punt and a decent return. So now you're getting the ball right at the 50-yard line. And for the most part, when Prairie has had a lot of success, they started 45 or plus 45 going in. So this is a good sign for the Panthers.
Yeah, so you got to give it up to the coaching staff for the Panthers. Like I said, they're led by Jermaine Jackson, who has that defensive mindset. But Trent Erling, the head DC right there, and Brandon Anderson have put up a good scheme so far, have forced 2 quick 3-and-outs on the defensive side. So right now, they're just trying to see if they can get together and put some good drives here, and good plays together, and get a successful drive here. They stumbled and missed out on a potential early points on that first drive for the Panthers. So now you can kind of look at what you did successful that first drive and trying to implement here in the second drive, and hopefully you can end up in a touchdown.
Yeah, so the main thing is, can you take advantage of the field position, or can you finish a drive? That's going to be the key to the game right there.
I'd like to remind our listeners, you're listening to the Mike Broadcast Network, serving the community through faith and athletics. You can become a listening partner by visiting obnradio.com to help continue coverage for our community. That's only at obnradio.com. No score here in the first quarter. We have 6 minutes and 6 seconds to go in this 2025 SWAC championship game. Panthers are going to see if they can get the scoring started here in this contest, but their second look of things here in Jackson, Mississippi. Don't mind put in the chat, text us where you're watching the game from, who you're rooting for, and what are your score predictions for today's game. Teams are making their way back out onto the field. Offensive side for the Panthers and the defensive side for the Jackson State Tigers. This ball is going to be lined up on the left hash at the JSU 49-yard line. Again, the Panthers moving from right to left. Peters coming out, working in the shotgun formation. Got two receivers to his right, one to his left. Bingman lined up on the left side of him. About 2 seconds left on the TV timeout. Side official moves, and we're ready to resume back into play. Play clock is down to 18 seconds. Now man in motion coming from right to left is Ronnie Oho. Fakes the snap, fakes the handoff, and that is Peters now connected to his wide receiver, Dennis Allen. And that's going to be a big gain right there for over 15 yards to have this one at the Tigers 29.
And like I say, that play action is going to be open for both teams with the concentration on stopping the run.
So the Panthers moving quickly here. 1st and 10 for them. Quick snap. He's going to fake it. He's going to throw this out to the tight end on the left side. He's going to lower the shoulder and keep those feet moving. Had this one inside the 25. So the official spot to say it's at the 23.
Yeah, he got a lot of – he fell. You know, that's a big – he's a lot bigger than you think.
6'7", coach, yes, 240 plus coming at you.
Yes. I saw him at practice one day. I'm like, man, I thought he was a 6'3" skinny kid, but he is very well put together.
So that reception from the tight end goes for 6 yards. So 2nd down and 4 for the Panthers. It's going to be a misdirection handoff going to the running back Bynum. Bynum trying to dance his way back to the 1st down, and he's able to do so successfully and add 2 more yards to that. So picked up 6 out of all of that was Bynum. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
That's the guy we got to watch. Bird has been getting some carries and making the most of them. Excuse me.
So this is going to be a keeper by Peters. And I'm going to say there should be a late hit, a penalty mark coming in, as Peters was already down on the ground and then came in and took a late hit by the defensive line.
And the shoe got thrown about 15 yards from the tackle.
Don't want that coming from.
Let's see if they show it on the replay.
If you're Jackson State, you don't want that coming from your defensive, player of the year, Quincy Ivey. If he's the one that gets penalized for that hit right there. So they're gonna go in.
It's gonna be a 1st down regardless. Even if it's no targeting, the targeting we'll see, can he stay in the game or does he have to go out?
It looked pretty oblivious here, but Peters is already on the grass and already tackled, and then ended up getting hit unnecessarily at the end of it, which deemed the officiating crew to throw out a penalty marker. So they're going to see if this one's going to go for targeting, and that'll be a huge blow for Jackson State. But right now, the Panthers are going to have this one inside the red zone. We'll say the official spot after they mark it when we come back. But we'll take a quick break. Keep it right where you got it. We're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the My Broadcast Network here at Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Jackson, Mississippi. No score here in the first quarter between the Prairie A&M University Panthers and the Jackson State Tigers. The Jackson State Tigers were fortunate that no player was ejected upon further review, but the Panthers have this one inside the red zone at the Tigers 30 at the Tigers 8-yard line. Pistol formation for Peters, going to toss this one out. Going to be a Wildcat's going to be incomplete. Excuse me, that was number 15. Bird tried to design the play as going to be just a halfback toss to the left side, to the right side, and then they had their tight end open and just couldn't connect it on the pass right there, trying to hit him.
And that's the ball he normally catches as well. Like I say, great call. Maybe a little bit. I don't. Well, he may have lost it in the sun based off of the way the shadows are. Yeah, he's looking directly into it.
So that incomplete makes it a 2nd and goal. It's going to be Peters. Peters running to the left side, trying to dive his way into the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. So officially, that's a 7-yard touchdown run for Cameron Peters to get our first score in this contest.
Yeah, just a power read, fake the speed sweep. Then he did a good job of cutting it back because everything was showing that they were going to the offensive right, and then he cut it back to the left because of the over pursuit.
4:24 remaining here in the first quarter, and the Panthers are able to get our first score in this contest on their second drive here. They got it with great starting field position, able to capitalize on it, Coach.
Yeah, good job. Like I say, taking advantage of the field position. That's one of the things, the keys to the game was where they get the ball and can they finish the drive.
Diego out to attempt the point out the attempt, and it's up, and it's good. So 4:22 remaining here in the first quarter, and the Panthers strike first, taking the first lead. 7-0 is our score here in the SWAC championship game. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Mike Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mike Broadcast Network. And we'd like to give a special shout out and congratulations to Jerry Mack on winning the Conference USA Championship last night, Coach.
Yeah, good job. And actually, I interviewed Jerry at one time to be the offense coordinator at Prairie. I remember he had a real good offense when he was at Pine Bluff, put up some good numbers. A Jackson State guy. You can't be anything but happy for him. Bounced around a lot of places. Head coach, offense coordinator, but like I say, you got to be happy for a guy from the SWAC to move up and eventually win a conference championship.
So 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play. And if you're just tuning us, the Panthers were able to capitalize on their last drive, punching it in with 7 yards out. The quarterback, Cameron Peters, to get our first score in this contest. Both teams were able to possess the ball twice, but the Panthers are only able to be successful finding the end zone. So now we're going to see what this Jackson State Tigers offense can put together here, Coach. And right now, not so much to hit the panic button just yet if you're JSU, right?
Well, you see, they had a chance with an open route. Quarterback overthrew it. They broke a run that was called back. And did the guy have to hold? Probably not. So now let's see if they can take advantage. I wouldn't be surprised if I thought they would flip their return guys to get the ball in Terrell's hand. But they got a good kickoff return the last time, and it wasn't even their deep guy. Now they got. I want to say this is Diego kicking, so he may try to kick it through the end zone. He can change the field position game.
So Diego lined up at his set to kick the ball from his own 35. Gets a nice kick into it, and it's going to be maintained by the return man trying to run this all the way to the right side. Going to be forced and angled. Going to be tackled. Nice tackle by the Panthers right there. Not a smart design right there. Would have been better off just let that one go into the end zone for a touchback.
You can't tell a kid to do that because that football will bounce back on you. So you can't tell him unless it's right at the goal line to let it go.
And he caught a funky too at the same.
So he caught it, bobbled it, and he was running across the field. Sometimes you tell a guy just get straight up and down the field, but look like most of their designs are to come back to their sideline.
So now the Jackson State Tigers offense is going to have this one backed up inside their own side of the field, officially at their own 12-yard line, moving from left to right. Morgan working out in the shotgun formation. Got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Gets the snap. Going to hand this off to the running back, trying to run this to the left side, bounce back up and force it upfield, but it's going to be wrapped up immediately by the defensive line for the Panthers.
Yeah, like I say, it's going to be hard to get some A-gap runs with Big Elijah on in the game right now, number 99.
So that was Terrell on a carry, number 0. So Panthers all over that first down run to make this a 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. Man in motion from right to left. Now Morgans gets the snap, looking to pass. Going to throw this one to the check down, but they're going to take a big hit at the 15. So that reception is only going to go for about 2 yards. So it's going to make this a 3rd down. You could say 6 for the Jackson State Tigers.
Yeah, they tried to get him on a crossing right. He probably should have waited till he got past that defensive back like that. But that was a good tackle by the outside linebacker.
So 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. Ball is spotted at their own 15-yard line. Some substitutions coming in for the Panthers. The Panthers look like they're going to send some pressure right now, showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at the line right now.
See, when they don't run with motion, that lets you know they playing some type of zone defense.
It's going to try to check this one underneath. It might be a fumble.
Yes.
And it's going to be recovered. Tried to hit and connect the wide receiver under the drag route. And
that's what you call an unforced error. Now, I'm pretty sure Jackson is going to try to get a review to say it was an incomplete pass. But that was an unforced error, definitely.
If you're the Panthers, got to be smart right here. Don't get no excessive celebration, but you can understand the excitement and the tone they're trying to set right there. They're able to capitalize on the first turnover in this game, and they got great starting field position while they're doing
Once
it.
Again, so they. Yeah, so this review is going to be very important. I know Jackson is hoping they say it was an incomplete pass.
From here, it looked like he established possession of it once he got it, and then, but I don't know, man. You can only hope to tell that replay would show you what all unfold right there.
You like I say, you never know what you're gonna get because it was such a bang play, and they may just go back to saying what was the call on the field.
Say, try to break it down. Morgan tried to hit his wide receiver coming across on the drag route across the field, was able to connect with him, and it seems like he was going to be shy of the first down, and then it's like he tried to run with it. Looked like he took 2 or 3 steps once he had the ball, and then just somehow lost the ball and came behind him. So they're going to see if he had full possession the entire process of that before the Panthers were able to come away with the ball. And if they do have it, the Panthers will have this one at the Tigers' 15-yard line. So we're just awaiting the review right now. Will it be 1st and 10 for the Panthers inside their 15, or will it be a 4th down for the Tigers?
Yeah, the Tigers had their punters down there hoping it goes their way, and Prairie has their offense on the field hoping it goes their way. So they may have got word that it was an incomplete pass.
So it's looking like the Jackson State Tigers offense is going to catch a break on that turnover that was looking like was going to end up just pushing all the momentum to the Panthers' way. So they're going to be able to salvage just a little bit of that. As you can hear the Jackson State faithful almost just a sigh of relief right there at that little chant was, as that one didn't end up in the favor of the Panthers. So they're going to have T.C. Taylor to bring out the punting unit on this 4th down and 6th play. Back deep for the Panthers will be Allen. Allen is about 3 yards past the 50 on his side.
And I do not expect a fair catch on this one. He's going to take a chance.
So they finally got the ball repositioned, move it over there to the left
I would
hash.
come up a little bit to make sure that ball doesn't land in front of me and roll, because he's kicking into the wind.
Jackson State trying to get the last minute assignments. Now the punter finally gets the snap. A low punt, and it's going to take a Panthers bounce. And the Panthers going to get a great starting field with this position with this one, starting in the Tigers' territory once again.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Now you steadily winning the field position. Jackson still hadn't got a first down. That's 3 drives without a first down. So now you see how Prairie is constantly winning the field position. In the last couple of games that we've been at, whenever they get the ball here, you can pretty much put 3. And we used to always say, if you get it close to the 50, it's 4 points on the board. Now, whether you could add to it or subtract 1 from it if you get a field goal. But this is perfect play action range, a trick play territory right here.
So 1st and 10 for this Panthers offense coming out back on the field with the 7-0 lead. Peters working in the shotgun formation. Going to move a man in motion. Going to hand this off to the running back, Bingman. Bingman's going to take this one and slip through a hole and run to the left side and pick up a positive gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, he's very patient, and then he'll explode for a few yards.
So 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at the JSU 38-yard line. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Peters lined up in the shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers to the right. Tight end John goes from left to right. It's going to be misdirection, jet sweep, end around, and this is going to be snuffed up immediately by the Tigers of Jackson State. Would have been better off just keeping that one, but tried to catch the Jackson State defense snapping with the end around on the reverse right there.
And they had been blitzing off of that, so it was a pretty good call. The guy just saw it. I think one guy from Prairie didn't take his assignment all the way over there, and one guy from Jackson fell, and then that led him to the play almost.
So that negative play for the Panthers is going to make this a 3rd down and 11 for them. Ball is spotted at the Tigers' 44-yard line. Shotgun formation for Peters in the
they got confusion going on. They still talking right before the ball is snapped.
Yes, you got a man wide open. They're going to be complete to the wide receiver, and that's number 1, like Rockwell.
Dog it.
That's Jacoby Banks.
Yes.
And Jacoby Banks was trying to make defenders miss and trying to pick up the first down all by himself. But regardless, he's going to make this a 4th down.
And if you get an accurate throw, he probably can catch that ball and keep moving. That's why accuracy is so much more important than arm strength. You know, it's a completed pass, but had he not had to stumble and jump, he probably still turning up the sideline. That's a great call.
So 4th down and say 6 for the Panthers, and Tremaine Jackson is going to bring out the punt, and you just try to pin the Tigers deep inside their own territory, and it's going to be a fair catch signal made at the 9-yard line. So the Panthers go 3 and out on that one, unable to come away with points and the good field position that they were blessed with.
That's a plus for Jackson State defense right there, getting a stop after a sudden change. The biggest thing that happened to them or for them was that pass being called an incompletion. Now let's see if they can get a first down right here.
Yeah, that changed a lot of momentum right there. They said Panthers have it at the Jackson State 15-yard line with at least 3 for sure in the pocket.
Yes.
But now the defense for Jackson State was able to come away, not surrendering, no points. So 7-0 still is our score. Morgan, the quarterback for the Tigers offense, comes back out working. This one's going to hand us off to the running back, Miller. Miller trying to spin out of tackles, but it's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down after that 8-yard run.
And that's a perfect example. It reminds you of a run by being impatient, or what they say, slow to fast through. And he accelerated and got about 8 to 9 yards on that carry. They moved the ball back a little bit. Oh, that's not okay. 2nd down.
2nd down and 2 for the Tigers. Ball is spotted at their own 18-yard line. It's going to be another handoff to the running back Miller for a second. I thought he was going to be
Got the
swallowed up,
first down at the end of the quarter.
but able to push that out to the outside to pick up the first down on the left side. And you can say this is the first down for Jackson State. And that will take us to the end of one. Prairie View leading by a score of 7-0 over the Jackson State Tigers here in the 2025 SWAC Championship game. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep it right where you got. You're listening to Dope Mike Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the My Broadcast Network here at Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Jackson, Mississippi, where the Panthers are on top right now by a score of 7-0 over Jackson State. Just ended one quarter of play, so they're going to flip the field. So Jackson State will get this one now, moving from right to left. I'd like to remind our listeners that today's game being sponsored by the Prairie Athletic Club, serving the Panthers since 1986. A proud partner with the Dope Mike Broadcast Network. Also, like to thank the Temple of Refuge Ministries, located in Prairie, Texas, building the kingdom one soul at a time. A proud partner with the Mike Broadcast Network. So you can show and support the Mike Broadcast Network by visiting obnradio.com and click the donation button. Again, it's only at obnradio.com. 7-0 is our score, Coach, and you can give us a quick breakdown of that first quarter for our listeners.
Field position, number one. The running game being established by one team and not by the other. And then the other thing is just communication, almost like both teams are almost a step behind on some of the communication. And I'm not sure if it's because of the noise. They may have added a few things offensively or defensively. So that'll lead to guys moving and talking right before the play. But it's been no deep ball, no deep balls thrown to where you can say, okay, we got a one-on-one matchup. But right now it's just everything. The accuracy of the quarterback is going to have to improve for both teams. If they get some accurate throws, there's going to be some big plays being made.
So ready to resume back into play again. The Tigers of Jackson State moving from right to left. Morgan in the shotgun formation, got two receivers to the right, one to the left. Going to be a running play going to the left side as Miller makes a jump cut. It's going to be thrown out of bounds.
It's going to be a face mask, and it's probably going to be another late hit as well, line ball, dead ball. So it may be two penalties on Prairie View right here. It was a face mask on the running back, and then it looked like somebody hit number 81 for Jackson State late. So that's how you can get up with a live ball, dead ball penalty. A lot of people think you can't get two penalties on one play, but you can. Yeah. That's my man Zachary too.
So not a time that the Panthers wanted to pick up their first penalties in this game.
30 yards.
They were clean, perfect in that first quarter, and now just picked up 2 penalties for almost, you can say, over 30 yards right there.
Yes.
As for the Tigers, they picked up 2 penalties for 18 yards in that first quarter, so you could say they're even, but right now it's more looking more in
This
favor
is
right
a big
now.
momentum changer right
It's
here.
a big momentum switch
And the
right
thing
now.
about it, Jackson's running back is getting some lather going.
So now it's going to be another running play, handed off to the number 0, Terrell. And he's going to slip, fall forward for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, that doggone Miller is a load, man. I would let Miller beat him up a little bit more before I put Terrell. Terrell is a game breaker. Now, don't get me wrong, but Miller can wear you down. Like he's McDowell. He's probably a bigger version of McDowell, to be honest with you.
2nd down and 6 for JSU, and they finally have a drive where it's inside of PV territory. This 2nd down run is going to go to Terrell. It's going to look like it's about a yard shy of the first down. Need to get to the 30 to pick up the first down. So it's going to say at the 3rd down and 1. So the big running back Miller's going to come in for him.
Yeah, this is what you expect right here.
3rd down and 1.
Strength on strength right here, baby. Expect some edge pressure from Prairie View. Run up the gut. I don't see Elijah on in the game. Oh, that is him at nose guard.
Now high snap but maintained by Morgan, and don't know he got enough to the first down. Looks like that defensive line was able to build a wall before Miller was able to get to the first down. Which is all they got to see what the spot. You got one far officiator saying 4th down.
Yeah, it's definitely 4th down.
So the Panthers defense able to keep it inches away from the first down. And what do you do if you're TC Taylor? You keep the offense out on the field right now. It's looking like he's going to do that right now. Some substitutions coming in, but he's going to have to take a timeout and talk things over.
Well, they should have reset the play clock because of how long, and I'm losing the play clock. I see one here.
To the right.
The one over there I really can't see because of the sun, but they should have reset the play clock because they took so long to spot the ball right there. Like I say, that's a lot of times that goes back to, and it looked like it's not a very good spot. I thought he was closer to the line than that. But
it's inches away.
Yeah.
So Jackson State has to take their first timeout here in the first half. So we're going to stay right here, give you some first quarter stats. Prairie was able to get the only score in that one. Picked up 5 first downs. Ran the ball 12 times, picking up 57 yards. While throwing the ball 37 yards. Cameron Peters is 5 for 6. Cameron Peters is 4 for 4 on the day with 31 yards, as Shedrick Berg is 1 of 2 for passing with the 6 yards. Could have had a touchdown that would have put a little bit of separation right there for the Panthers, but they were still able to get into the end zone. I could say that was the same drive. As also, both teams been able to, like I said, possess the ball, but the Panthers were able to possess it a little bit longer than the Jackson State in that first quarter. Had the ball for 9 minutes.
Yes.
While Jackson State had it for 5. And they don't have it on here, like I said, the field position, but Prairie was just averaging roughly about, you say midfield to
yes.
Jackson State territory of getting the ball. As for Jackson State, they were accustomed to getting to their own 20, backed up, but now they have a chance. This first drive for them, finally have it past the 50 inside the Panthers territory. Now they have a chance to see if they can tie this contest up.
And the thing about it, one thing that they don't mention as well, the time of possession, when you don't get a first down the whole first quarter, it's going to lean heavily the other way, especially if there's no turnovers involved. So that's one of the reasons why you see the time of possession almost 2-1. But I tell people all the time of possession can be greatly overrated in terms of the outcome of the football game. A game like this, maybe so, because both teams are ground oriented.
So teams are making their way out of this JSU timeout. When they come out, it's a 4th and inches right now. So, of course, you can see if you're the Jackson State, you want to try and get lined up, hurry up and try and sneak one past them before Prairie has a chance to get set. But The line just don't give them a chance to get set right. They got a late Panther running off on the field. So they avoid the 12 players and the too many penalties. So 4th and inches is going to be a design. It's going to be, don't know if he got it, Coach.
Now he reached across.
Looked like Miller got
stuffed
at first.
They had him in the backfield, but he drove and reached across late, like super, almost down to the ground late. It's line to line, so they're going to give him the first down.
So 1st and 10 for him.
That was close, though.
So, yeah,
now look where the ball is.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man.
But they went line to line, I guess.
Hey, man, we just closed the game. They need to get to the 30, and it looks like it's behind the 30, but enough to keep the drive alive for Jackson State. 1st and 10 for them. Shotgun formation for Morgan. Play action pass now trying to roll to the right, trying to signal, get the receivers to come back to him. He's got to throw this one away for the incompletion.
Yeah, didn't have enough men out in the route. Had a little bit of confusion. Had 2 receivers in the same spot. It looked like one was supposed to go to a corner and one was supposed to go to the post, and both went to the corner. There's no way they designed to play with 2 guys that close together.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball is spotted at the Panthers' 30-yard line. Shotgun formation for Morgan. Got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Miller, looks like that's Terrell back in that running back lineup on the right side of Morgan. Tied in, going into motion from left to the right side. Play clock was down to 6 seconds now. It's going to be a handoff to Terrell. Terrell trying to run it to the left side to cut back to the right side. But it's going to be wrapped up immediately by a host of Panthers right there.
Yes, good job by the defensive line getting penetration. He's trying to look for that cutback lane, but sometimes it's not there because Prairie almost always has an overhang on the weak side.
So that run by Terrell goes for 2, making a 3rd down and 8 for him. This Tigers offense, you got 11 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. The Tigers trying to see if they can keep this drive alive here, see if they can tie this contest up, but the Panthers trying to see if they can stop them and force a field goal at least to the bare minimum attempt here. Shotgun formation for Morgan, 3 receivers to the right. Going to try to step up in the pocket. Going to have enough for the first down. He's at the 20, trying to pick up a block. Going to hit the outside. He's going to be in for the touchdown.
They missed the holding call. Now, so the guy that was holding, now he gets a after the play personal foul, but that should have been holding. No way the quarterback was supposed to be able to cut outside based off of where he was. But like I say, that's the dynamic that both he and Cam give you. They can extend plays and make plays for you. But it's, like I say, there's no way. And you see Coach Jackson telling them now, there's no way that's not a holding call.
So if it stands, the 28-yard touchdown run by the quarterback Morgan for Jackson State. You have a penalty marker that came in after the play. If you're the Panthers fan, you would have liked to see it come out a little bit earlier. Right now it's at the 5. So they gave the unsportsmanlike conduct to the one that was holding, Coach.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah, and he definitely did it because I could see him going back and forth. And man, to me as a referee, I wouldn't have called it. It's football, so you don't want to make if they're not throwing punches at each other. Man, let that slide because football players gonna talk noise.
Absolutely. Point out attempt is up, and it is good. So they have a drastic shift right there as our score is all tied 7-7 here in the 2nd quarter here in the SWAC championship game.
And now you see how the penalty totally flipped the momentum. So, like I say, they probably would have been playing 2nd and 3 to 5. Then you get 2 first down, and that re-energized the Jackson State crowd. So, you see how things go hand in hand with each other.
Yeah, the Panthers been able to minimize and keep the Jackson State fans kind of out in tune of this game right now. But out of that last touchdown, the Jackson State faithfuls has found a little bit more life here, Coach. If you're the Panthers, you got to try your best to at least put some points here to shut them down if you can.
Yeah, now let's see if we can get at least 1 first down or a big play, maybe even a big play in the return game because, like I say, this is one of the unsung things that people don't talk about. Everybody want to talk about offense, defense, quarterback play, but kickoff returns can be just as pivotal. Or you break a kickoff and you get a call back because of a hold.
Again, the Panthers came in with a record of 9-3, 7-1 in SWAC, earning them the rights to be here, winning the west side of the SWAC. As for Jackson State Tigers, they went 9-2 and 7-1, capturing the east side of things. And there we are. 7-7 is our score here in the second quarter. 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go. The Panthers were able to get this game started off on their second drive. They're finally able to see Pater 7 yards out. Touchdown run by Cameron Peters. And it finally took the Jackson State Tigers only a quarter to get themselves established offensively. 28 yards out. Touchdown run by their quarterback, Morgan. Was unable to get a holding call up near the Panthers side. But it turns into points for the Tigers, and 7-7 is our score. A nice turnout here, Coach, and a better weather we could have expected.
Yeah, man, it was good being able to walk around. Like I said, when I left Baton Rouge, it was raining, and then be able to walk around, go to the Panthers alumni event, go to the Brothers of Omega Psi Phi. Some of my former football players were there. Seeing my son with his friends. Once again at a Prairie View Road game, I'm looking down on the field. One of my former equipment managers is in charge of the equipment at Jackson State, Miss Dominique. So I'm glad we had the weather change because, man, it wasn't looking good for early in the week. Now, this is another thing. So now you got the 15-yard penalty. Let's see how this changes the field position. So I'm expecting Prairie View to get the ball at the 40 at a minimum, which bodes well for them being able to score most times.
So after that unsportsmanlike penalty against Jackson State, it's going to force them to have to kick this one from their own 20, then oppose their own 35. So the return man for Panthers, one is standing at his own 20. So kick is going to be
great kick.
It's going to be retrieved at the 9. Trying to follow his blockers. Past the 30, at the 35, going to be Superman tackle. He got 2 Panthers kind of just bullying of Jackson State right around the 50, just laid on top of him.
That should be unlawful right there. But somebody needs to, and I hope that wasn't the kicker. If that was the kicker, a lot of times, no, that wasn't the kicker. So, but you teach that kid, pick one of them and run over one guy instead of trying to run over 2. But that was a good design right there. Like 35, not bad, but that was a great kick by Jackson's kicker to make him run backwards to catch the ball. But it goes back to, like, even when I was talking at the Southern game, the wind is blowing that way. So line up a little bit deeper and catch the ball running forward. That's going to give you 5 yards right there.
So the Panthers are just 4 yards shy of the highs Northern would like to start this drive, but they're starting at their own 36-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Bingman, and Bingman's going to try to run this one, but it's going to be wrapped up for a loss right there.
Yeah, good job by Jackson State defense being able to get penetration and then get penetration and not overrunning it. So the referees, they're going to have to do something because, look, Jackson don't even see Prairie got a receiver outside by himself. Okay, they saw it at the last second.
Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Gets the snap. Nice pickup of the blitz by Bingman.
It's going to be a hole.
He's going to take
this one. Holding back there.
It's going to finally be tackled past midfield inside the Jackson's territory, but we got a penalty marker back on the Panthers side at their own 29. As you can see, they might be deemed for holding.
Yeah, he was still holding even after the referee got there. It was a mugging, as they would say in the old days. But you can see, like, sometimes all the referees look for the body language of a guy, but he was holding and he got on top of him, didn't let him up. So hopefully, like I say, this is one of those, and you think about it, he was down about the 30-yard line, so that is, on paper it's a 10-yard penalty, but it's really about a 40-yard penalty.
Yeah, because of how many taken away.
Yes.
So 1st and 20 for him.
Look for a screen or a draw right here.
Excuse me, 2nd down and 22 for the Panthers. Ball is pushed all the way back to the own 24-yard line. You hear the Jackson State faithful?
Jackson still has a lot of confusion going on with exactly what are they doing.
It's going to be a screen play to the left side, just trying to get some of those penalty mark yards back, and he's going to get this one to the 30. We got some extra pushing and shoving going on at the side over there on the east sideline of the Panther side. And the officiating crew, hurry up, is coming and dismantle that. What could have been to any more scarcity of also. So now it's going to make this one a 3rd down and 15 for the Panthers. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 2 receivers
Good
to the left.
quarterback draw situation
2
right
to
here.
the right. Going to fake the handoff. Peters looking to pass. Going to take a shot. It's going to be caught by John Johns at the 30, at the 25, at the 20, at the 15, still on his feet at the 10. And it's going to be inside the Jackson State red zone for a 1st and goal for the Panthers.
Now, let me tell you something I noticed. He came off the sideline. When you come off the sideline, you're supposed to come in above the numbers. He never came above the numbers. So I don't even know if Jackson saw the kid until late, but that's a great call with the switch route, the post and the wheel. And that they, like I say earlier, that's the kid that they tried to throw the touchdown. He didn't come up with that one. But that kid got some excellent hands, man. Great catch.
That's tight end number 5, John, for the Panthers, able to have this one inside the Jackson's territory, officially at the Jackson 5-yard line. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got the big running back McDowell this time. And he's going to take the handoff, but this time he's going to go for a negative loss. He's going to push it back to the 6 or 7-yard line, depending on the spot.
And the thing about it, he's more of an H-back. They don't look at him as a receiver, but like I say, that's more of a Jones role, but that's a great job by getting him on the field. And like I say, Jackson has been having problems with communication the whole game.
So Peters was able to connect to his tight end, number 5, the 6'3", Ethan John. He was able to get this one inside.
Look for trying to get Cam territory to the edge. They might try to get Cam to the edge right here.
Shotgun formation for Peters. Man in motion. The ball is loose.
They got lucky.
I don't know if the snap got hit off of the man that came in motion, but the Panthers were lucky to just fall on it right there before that turned to any disaster.
I don't think it hit the – I thought the center may have just snapped it trying to get to his assignment.
So the Panthers marched all the way down here and now going backwards. 3rd down and goal. Ball is spotted at the Tigers' 9-yard line. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 2 receivers to the right.
Wide open right here.
1 to the left. Gets the snap. We got a timeout coming in last second before the play got snapped off.
Hey, and it's a good thing that they called it, because what they were doing, they were going to roll this way and had Ojo going opposite side. He had his man beat by about 4 yards.
So T.C. Taylor has to force and burn his 2nd timeout here. So he's going to be left with 1 timeout remaining, but still has a 2-minute timeout, so he can put 2. As for the Panthers, they still have all 3 of their timeouts. 7 minutes and 27 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter. The Panthers for sure have 3 in their pocket, but they would love to see this drive end off with 7, Coach.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You want to get, when you get a big play like that, you want to try to put up 7 instead of field goals. You don't want to leave it on the foot of your kicker. Even though you expect him to do a job for you, you rather put it in the box and have him kick an extra point instead of a field goal.
Well, also, too, you had the earlier field goal attempt that was blocked on your first drive of the game from 45 yards out. So, of course, like I say, it should be a different outcome right now. You don't want to have to put the hands of, the game into your hands of your kicking team. You want to make it a whole lot easier if he's kicking 1 point instead of 3. Right now, the Panthers have it moving from left to right. Ball is spotted at the Tigers' 9-yard line over there on the left hash. 3rd down. So only way they can keep this drive alive in their favor and ends up in a touchdown unless they go for it on the 4th down. But the way that Jermaine Jackson has led this team all year, you can know that he's want to end this drive with a touchdown. So we got 54 seconds remaining on the media timeout. I'd like to remind our listeners that you can submit your scores and stories to our 24-hour message line at 936-463-2405. Again, that's 936-463-2405. You can listen to the Temple of Refuge Ministries Sunday service at 10 a.m. Central Time by dialing 857-777-0000. Again, that number is 857-777-0000. Teams are making their way back out to the field. Again, the Panthers come in wearing the white helmet, white jersey, purple numbering outlined in gold, white pants with the gold stripe going down the side for the Jackson State Tigers. Navy blue helmet, light blue stripe going down the center of the helmet, navy blue top, navy blue bottom. So teams made their way back out on the field. Third down and goal. Ball is spotted at the Tigers' 9-yard line. 7:27 to go here in the second quarter. Tight end Jones going in motion from left to right. Now comes back set on the right side. Peters gets the snap. Going to throw a quick slant pass. Going to be incomplete. Trying to connect with Allen right there.
Who's trying to throw him away from the safety because he throws that ball chest high. It might not be a nice what the receiver's going to say to him when hey, man, don't do me like that.
Medicine balls right there.
One of them hospital balls, as they say.
So it's going to force Jermaine Jackson to settle what assumedly would be an easy three here. It'd be a 26-yard field goal attempt. It was like for Mr. Diego.
And that's not a bad angle
Snap
for a right-footed kicker. It was a left-footed kicker. That's one he has to pull, but that's a good, aim for the left goal post, and it'll push through on that. So good job by Diego.
So Diego's able to angle it in and extend the Panthers' lead back once again. 10-7 is our score. Panthers on top of the JSU Tigers here in Jackson, Mississippi. Last time these two teams met was in the championship in 2021, where Jackson State was victorious by a score of 27-10. Prior to that, the last time these two met up in the regular season was a 1-4 to show one that ended in double overtime, but Jackson State came out victorious by a score of 38-35. So now Panthers are trying to rewrite history and emerge themselves as a powerhouse to be reckoned with here in the SWAC. Alfaro to set the kick from his own 35, back deep for the Tigers will be Terrell. Standing at the left hash is number 17. It's Eric Simmons. Terrell has this one, trying to run this one to the left side. It's going to be wrapped up immediately, but now you got the face mask coming in after the play.
Hey, man, I would kick the ball away from that kid, honestly. Every time, he's not going to touch it back there because he is one block away from having a fight song being played by Jackson State.
So the Panthers had a clean first quarter of penalty markers. Not looking like that right now here in the second quarter. So that return by Terrell had him down, say, around the 30-yard line. But after that penalty marker, they're going to have this one starting with better field position at their own 41-yard line. Say 42-yard line. The Tigers.
Big change in field position right there.
They have a new quarterback in. You got number 11, Jared Lockhart is in at quarterback for Jackson State.
And he's going to give him a little bit more in the run game, too. And it's not like Morgan. This probably was planned that this kid was going to come in and play right here.
So Lockhart working in the shotgun formation. Going to hand this one off to the running back. That is Miller. Looks like trying to get some extra push from the offensive line because the play was not blown dead yet. But now you're going to say he got about a 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain.
Yeah. Good push by the Jackson offensive line. I thought one of the guys left early and they pushed the ball back. So, yeah, it's a 4-yard gain.
So second down is 6 for The Tigers, new quarterback Lockhart, leading the Tigers on this drive. Has two receivers to his right, two to his left. Going to hand this one off to the running
Good
back,
job
Terrell.
by probably gonna be a hold. So it's good job by the cornerback. That was Zachary. Once his guy came to block, he got in the run tackle game. They call it chop block. I thought that's what I saw. It looked like a high low on the nose guard maybe. And both guys can go low, but one can't go low and one high. Now, like I say, we're playing a field position battle again.
So Jackson State did receive the opening kickoff, so Prairie will be receiving the ball to start the second half of play. Right now, Jackson State trailing by a score of 10-7 to the Panthers. This penalty is going to push them back all the way to their own 31-yard line. So shotgun formation for Lockhart. Gets the snap, looking to pass over to the left side, has the open receiver, is going to be caught and forced out of bounds, and is going to make this a much more manageable third down for the Tigers.
It's going to be third and a good about 6, right almost where they were. Good job on the corner route, catching them in between what they call the soft space, corner down, safety up high, and they cover 2 looking zone.
So out of that second down and 20, the Tigers able to make this a third down and manageable, third down and 6. Panthers able to get a last-minute substitution to avoid the too many men on the field. So Lockhart now working in the shotgun formation. Empty set. The Panthers are going to bring the pressure, and they're going to be able to get to Lockhart successfully for the sack.
Yeah, when you see that look, he probably should have checked to a screen. I'm pretty sure he thought they were going to drop because they had been showing
But they've been dropping them.
But you got to have a hot guy already in place for a young quarterback.
So the Panthers able to come away with the sack at the right time. It's going to have to force T.C. Taylor and his Tigers to punt the ball here. So Dennis back deep to receive this punt. He's standing at his own 30-yard line. To punt for the Tigers will be number 36. That's Dennis Allen trying to run this one. Excuse me, that's number 39. So 29. Trying to get the correct number on the punter, but regardless, Dennis Allen is able to give the Panthers decent starting field position. Say it was at the 35. Now the official is going to move it to the 34. So the Panthers are going to get this one back with the lead, 10-7, and a chance to at least.
Does Jackson think it's a TV timeout? Okay. They sent their guys out pretty late. And I know some of the people were wondering they should have probably snapped the ball because the referee moved out of the way. They didn't have to wait on Prairie. They could have had him with 12 men on the field.
So
that's a young quarterback. So
for Peters, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. A ball that got batted down at the line of scrimmage and almost ended into the hands of the defensive lineman for the Jackson State Tigers. That could have ended a disaster because there would have been no way.
And it may be better that that ball was not completed because it's probably going to be a tackle for a loss or maybe even an interception.
So second down and 10 for the Panthers. Ball's going to be handed off to the running back trying to slip through a hole, and that is number 15, Bird, on the carry. And say Bird is going to make this a third down and 1 now. Panthers working quickly here now. Peters, shotgun formation, going to take his time and hand this off to Bird. Bird trying to bounce this up to the right side. Needed to get one.
Though.
And he is going to have it. Needs to get to the 45, and he's able to get there to extend this drive for the Panthers.
Yeah, Bird has been having some good games for the Panthers lately.
So first and 10 for the Panthers, able to keep this drive alive. Ball is spotted at their own 45-yard line. 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation for Peters. Take the handoff. Look at the pass. Pump fake. Going to throw it to the right side. Tried to complete to his tight end, but incomplete. Put too much on it. Bit too high for the 6'7" tight end right there. So it's going to stop the clock at 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Make this a second down play.
I thought they had both running backs in. Look like now we get back with McDowell in the game.
All right, the Panthers getting some substitution.
See, all these people moving don't bode well for Jackson State.
So now it's going to be a keeper by Peters. Peters trying to run this to the right side. It's going to be forced out of bounds. But angle is kind of off. It's like going to say he got about 4 yards right there. Thought he got past the 50 right there, but they're going to say he's shy of the 50. So he's still on his side of the field at his own 49. 3rd down and 6 for the Panthers.
Big down right here for both teams.
Shotgun formation for Peters. Try to see if we can at least pick up 5 right there to get the Jets to take the jump off sides, but to no avail. You got 13 seconds left on the play clock. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left on the game clock. 2 receivers lined up to Peters' right, 1 to his left. McDowell was lined up on the left, now going to be lined up on the right side. Peters gets the snap. Design quarterback keeper going to run to the left side. Is going to try to fall forward. Depending on the spot, he needed to get to the 45 of JSU.
One guy has him short. Oh, man, this is some funny stuff right here.
And looks like they are giving enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, this guy had him short. Then he moved to where the other guy was.
So Peters able to keep the drive alive for the Panthers. Now they're working quickly here now. 2 minutes and 59 seconds as a timeout, a stoppage on the play right now.
So, yeah, they probably looking to see what's the spot correct. I thought he was a little bit short as well. The other thing with the tempo is it causes Jackson some problems just getting lined up.
So we'll take a quick break while they try to go review that last play. See if it's a 1st down for the Panthers or will it be a 4th down play. Keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Mike Broadcast Network. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the My Broadcast Network here at Veterans Memorial Stadium as we await the call. So they're going to say that Peters was short of the 1st down. So it's going to make this a 4th down play now for the Panthers. I'd like to remind you that this game being sponsored by the Prairie Athletic Club, serving the Panthers since 1986. Proud partner with the Dope Mike Broadcast Network. Also, another proud sponsor is the Temple of Refuge Ministries, located in Prairie View, Texas. So 4th down, say 1, or you can say inches. Peters coming in the shotgun formation, got 2 receivers to the right. McDowell did a nice job of playing off the false start right there, because it looked like he definitely leaned forward and just looked over there to the sideline to get the new play call now here. So now Peters ready to go. Gets the snap. Going to keep this one himself. Don't know if he got the push.
He got it.
The play hasn't been blown dead yet. You can kind of see that.
They're going to go line to line again. He definitely got to the line, so they'll give him the 1st down. Yeah, keep the ball in his hand because you get an extra blocker because you have McDowell as well as your H-back to block for him as well.
So the Panthers are able to keep the drive alive. They're just going to take this one to the 2-minute warning. You got 5 seconds to go. They just want to take their time and put together the best drive they can here to go into the halftime with all the momentum because the Panthers will be receiving the ball in the second half to start it off. So Panthers are able to pick up the 1st down to keep the drive alive. The ball's going to be spotted at the Tigers' 45-yard line. We'll stay right here. Right now, the Panthers lead them by 10-7 right now over the Jackson State Tigers, Coach. What can we assess so far from the standpoint from the Prairie side of things coming into this game?
Well, they've been able to move the ball. Penalties have been very important. Field position has been very important. Uh, they've been able to convert some fourth downs, been able to move the ball on the ground, I think, and they have a big play in the passing game. Jackson doesn't have a big play in the passing game. I know Prairie would have liked to take it more advantage when they had field position about 45 plus 45 and didn't score. But it's been sort of what we expected, trying to establish the run, getting some running plays, moving the chains on third down. Some good plays by the quarterbacks, by the way, of extending and making plays for both teams. So it's been what we expected.
Now tap into the side of Jackson State right now. You having a chance where your home record of being undefeated is looking diminished right now, but you still have a lot of games to play.
Whole lot of time. The biggest thing I'm looking at too, Jackson probably played the worst quarter of football that they played all season, and they only down by 3 points. So even if they give up a field goal right here, then they going in down 6. The thing that Prairie View is maybe trying to do is what we call double up. Score at the end of the first half, get the ball back, score again, and that's like a 6-point turnaround in basketball, like a guy missing the layup, and now you got the lead gets extended no matter which way you cut up. It'll be a 2-score game. If Prairie View can score twice, that'll make Jackson have to score twice to get the lead back.
10-7 is our score here in the second quarter. Right now, the Panthers have it moving from left to right. They were able to pick up the first down on that fourth down play to keep the drive alive. We're still about a couple of seconds into this 2-minute timeout. But when we come out of it, will the Panthers have enough in them to keep this drive alive to end off in points? Prairie still has all 3 timeouts, but Jackson State is left with 1 timeout. So you can go a lot of ways about this, Coach. You got 2 minutes left and 3 timeouts if you're the Panthers. How are you assessing this at the JSU's 45?
Well, you think you're at the 45-yard line, so those timeouts really don't matter. So it's different if they're on the 10, but whether they are now, those timeouts really don't come into play. I'm looking at Jones outside, so they may be trying to take a shot with Jones. And I said they had Jones and my other H-back lined up together.
So now they're going to tighten up that left side. And now have 2 receivers to the right. McDowell is in the backfield lined up on the left side of Peters. Dennis comes in motion from right to left. It's going to be a keeper by Peters, and he's going to try to follow.
Looked like he got rolled up on. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, Cam got his leg caught up under him. It's probably a good thing that ground is a little bit wet because I saw his foot slide. So that was good for him.
So Bankman's going to come in for McDowell on the second down. Say 8 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at the JSU 47-yard line. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Peters.
Keep your eye for Jones and Bingman right here.
Man in motion from left to right. Peters fakes it to him. That's going to throw this one to the left side on the 101. It's going to be incomplete. Not seeing any penalty markers on the field. So it's going to make this one a 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers.
Big play right here. See, and they may treat this like it's a 4-down territory right here. So you got 2 chances. I don't know if I would punt it right here.
Well, in the sense, Jackson State catches the break because the clock's going to stop at 1 minute and 16 seconds. So what can the Panthers cook up here on this 3rd down and 8? Ball is spotted at the Tigers' 47-yard line. Peters working in the shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Play clock is down to 7 seconds. So like there's a late-minute man that's coming in to send some pressure. Picked up well by the Panthers. Peters is going to take this one and try to run. It's going to be a holding call.
They got it.
Probably is going to go against the Panthers.
That was a good job by the Jackson defense because they showed field pressure, and at the last minute they showed boundary pressure and came. And the guy that brought the late pressure was the one that they end up holding because they probably didn't count him into the pass protection.
So they're going to decline the penalty instead of accepting it because they probably would have still been in
No,
field goal territory.
They took it. Because that would have been 4th and
It's like-
5. So now it's still third down. I can't see the marker across the field.
It's a 3rd down and 18 for the Panthers. Ball is passed
This guy's
backed up
offsides.
into their own territory now. It's going to be a handoff to Bateman, and Bateman's going to take this and run it. He's going to just do that to try to get the clock rolling, not seeing that the Tigers are wanting to take a timeout and then finally get an indication that the Tigers are going to burn their last timeout to stop the clock at 55 seconds.
So what they're trying to do right here is see where they get the ball. If they get the ball, but the thing about it, Prairie View still has all 3 of their timeouts. So Prairie View can make them punt the ball again. I might have would have let that run down because now, like I say, Prairie View can force you to punt. And sometimes, just being honest, we would tell the guys, look, if it's close to the end of the half, go block the punt. And if they're backed up, if you rough the kicker, so what? We're going after this punt, guys. Let's make a play.
So it looks like they're going to have to put some more time back on the clock, as that's what they were trying to indicate to the game operation. Right now it's still, okay, now we got 59 seconds back on the clock. So at back deep now, JSU has 2 defenders, we'll say return man. One is at the 9, one is standing at the 20.
So they probably can come up a little bit because they kicking into the wind, so those guys don't need to be as deep.
High kick, fair catch signal made. It's going to be retrieved at the 11-yard line. So at least the Panthers are able to flip the field. Now you got to leave it to the Jackson State to drive it down the length of the field with no timeouts.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to put the ball in harm's way, being honest. They may try to roll out or something to get to the edge of the defense. But other than that, I'm going to probably run it. And let's see which quarterback. They got the young quarterback in. And I'm not sure if something happened maybe to Morgan to where he had to go back out.
Looks like T.C. Taylor wants to put the hands into the freshman quarterback, Jarrett.
2 hands on the ball.
Lockhart, and he's going to hand this one off to a Miller, and he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to say that game went for 1 yard.
I'm surprised. See, Jackson will be content with letting the clock run out. They should be, unless they think they're going to break a long one.
Now to try to get a little play action pass. Lockhart's going to take this one and go throw. It's going to be intercepted.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You put the ball in harm's way. If you throw that ball way down the field to the outside. And that's what happened. Like I say, that's a freshman quarterback.
Coverage for the Panthers confused the quarterback as the linebacker just dropped back into coverage and picked off Lockhart's pass. And now the Panthers have this one with 3 timeouts, 25 seconds left inside the Jackson State territory, officially at the JSU 16-yard line.
Look, man, if you read the book, The Art of War, it says if your opponent is going home, you let them go home. You don't make them fight their way home. And that's a perfect example of making somebody fight their way home.
So the Panthers can run this one free play because they're ready to resume play. And they're steady waiting.
Prairie had too many men on the field.
So you hate to see this when the head official had put us back into play. The Panthers were ready, but still had too many players out on the field. And Jackson State was trying to rush their way back out onto the field. And this one is going to go to the tight end. You got to call a timeout for Tremaine Jackson. He's going to do that to stop the clock. Should be 19 seconds.
And he probably told them ahead of time, if we get tackled short of the first down, give us a timeout right here.
That could have ended any other way right there, man.
You don't make people fight their way home. You let them go home.
So Tremaine Jackson has to call him one of the 3 timeouts that he has. It's going to stop the clock. It should be about 19 seconds left. And that reception went really for only about 3 yards gain because Peters had to avoid the pressure and just get it off quickly to his safety.
If he don't get the penetration from the D-line, he probably catches that ball. And Jackson had a backside safety.
So it shouldn't be too much of a timeout. So now the head official is doing the same thing, ready to get back into action. Once he blows his whistle, he's ready to go. Play clock is down to 15 seconds. They got the game clock right, 19 seconds. So Peters, quarterback for the Panthers, coming back, working in the shotgun formation. Got three receivers to the left, two receivers to the left, one to his right. McDowell is the running back in. It's going to be a run off to, fake the handoff to McDowell. It's going to be incomplete. Had the RPO right there and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Rodney Oho would have been a touchdown.
He turned his hands the wrong way. He had his hands sort of in a basket style. That's a chest catch right there.
That was great play call design by the offensive coordinator for the Panthers. That's Christopher Buckner, but just couldn't capitalize right there. Was Rodney Oho, so it's going to make this a 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers. Two receivers to Peters' left, one to his right. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be faked, incomplete pass.
That may be intentional grounding. It's a forward pass, definitely.
So the Panthers catch a break right there. Peters was almost sacked right there and was able to just get it away and throw it away for an incomplete pass.
That's the defensive player of the year, making a play when his team needed the most.
So 11 seconds here in the second quarter. Alfaro is going to come out here to attempt a 30-yard field goal attempt to at least extend this lead some more for the Panthers. The kick is up, and it is good. So 7 seconds to go here in the second quarter. In the first half, the Panthers able to extend their lead 13-7. If you're the Panthers, you're not satisfied, but you'll take it. Could be a lot more of an extending lead than what you would like.
Yeah.
And if you're Jackson State, you'll take anything that you can to go back with the lead how it is right now, being down by one possession.
Yeah, Jackson defense has stepped up twice on big turnovers, big plays where they got short on the shorter end of the field. So that's good for them. I know they need to probably think we need to get some of our own turnovers.
But they're going to have to see what they can do and talk up together at that halftime, because right now the Panthers are going to go into halftime with the lead and getting the ball back to start off the second half of play.
Hey, don't speak too soon with number 0 standing back there.
I was trying not to, Coach. I was trying not to.
Hopefully he won't, but, hey, man, I'm telling you, like, when you see special football players, I mean, it don't take long to see them jokers, man. I tell you, when we used to go work football camps, you can tell the good kids and the bad kids in the first 5 minutes of the camp.
And this was going to be a slow squibber. It's going to be maintained by number 17. It's going to got 3 seconds, 2 seconds. 1 second going to let it play off, and then 9 is just going to go off. So that will take us to the end. To the end of one half, the Panthers leading Jackson State Tigers by a score of 13-7 here in the SWAC championship game in Jackson, Mississippi at Veterans Memorial Stadium. We'll take a break for halftime, but when we come back, we'll have use some halftime stats from that first half and ready to resume play of the second half of play. We have 20 minutes left on the halftime clock, so go grab you something to eat. Until then, we'll be here waiting for you only on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. I'm the radio guy, Dr. Mike, mission to try to bring you some news you could use. Today is no exception to. I am so fortunate to have on the line with me right now. I don't even know if I should bow down, if I should lay out some red carpet, I don't know exactly what to do, but this young man is like, as I call a rising star. He'll tell you all about what he's doing. He's everywhere. And let me present the firm and introduce to others, none other than Mr. Charles Bishop. How you doing today, my friend?
Yeah, how are you doing, Mike, man? It's always a pleasure to be on with you, brother.
Well, it's a pleasure. I'm just honored, man, that you didn't block my number, and you still respond, to text. But your as I say, your stock has truly been on the rise, man. And before we get into any detail, bring the people up to speed, introduce yourselves, let the folks know who you are, what you're doing, man, and how we ended up here.
Sure. I'm Charles Bishop. I co-host Dr. Camille's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as well as a Sunday morning show. I'm also a play-by-play broadcaster with SWAC TV. I'm also a play-by-play broadcaster with Texas Southern, in that I do their baseball games. I've been doing some of their basketball games as well. But I'm kind of all over the place.
Man, all over the place, man, and just excited. And happy for you, proud of you, man. If you allow me to say that, you've been doing this the right way, as I said, slow cook or crock pot style, taking what you can get, perfecting your craft, man. The one thing he failed to mention, folks, while we got him on this line today, is that he's also a Jackson State graduate. We don't hold it against them. We don't hold it against them, But one of the reasons why I got you on here, because we want to talk. It's a big week this week. A great opportunity for two teams to flex their muscle, if you will. And I don't have to ask you who you think's going to win. That would be redundant. But I do want to hear your insights on how you see this matchup faring out this week, my friend.
Sure, and this is, I think, going to be one of the more exciting SWAC championships that we've seen, because both of these teams are so even. I mean, you kind of look up and down, the tail of the tape, if you will, and they're kind of mirror images of each other. And I was telling someone, early back in the season, and I believe I was watching Prairie when they played East Texas A&M. And they finished the game out like over the last 4 minutes or so, where East Texas A&M, they didn't get an opportunity to get the ball back. And I turned around and I said, they remind me of Jackson State from 2024, in that you saw the offensive line win the game. And that was the most impressive thing to me early in the season, taking a look at Prairie View. And the defense, they were opportunistic, and the defense, I think, got stronger and stronger during the course of the season. And they are a very impressive team, and I give them so much credit. I mean, Tremaine Jackson, not only did he come in talking the talk, but he's walked the walk. And if you're a fan of Prairie View A&M football, this has got to be so exciting. I mean, to really, walking behind your general, so to speak, and your general's like, "Hey, listen, I've been here before. I know what to do," and that has to give you a tremendous amount of confidence.
No doubt about it. Now, what I've always respected about T.C. Taylor, he's a quiet storm. He just lets his work speak for himself. He's going to say the right things, but like he's more about a man of action than just the wolf ticket type deal. I'm not going to say too much. I'm just going to let my work speak for itself. And when you look at these tales of the tape, I've been going through, I've had Rob J, I've had Coach Northern, I've had a whole bunch of people. But then I got to drop this in. You an alum, and I'm going to get your honest feedback on this. I got a guy in Jackson, and I won't say Jackson, but he's in the Mississippi, in the Delta area. Mm-hmm. And he did everything but assure me that Jackson was going to beat Prairie View by 4 touchdowns.
I would disagree. I would disagree.
So, I had to step back and like James, I had to kiss myself. I said, "What you say? What?"
I will say this. Jackson State fans are not short on confidence. That is the culture. That is a culture that I grew up in. You talk to a lot of old Jackson State players, And one of the things that strikes you in regards to being around them, it's the swagger. And, they'll tell you in a heartbeat, we felt like we were 14 points up when we got off the bus. So, it's just part of the DNA. In terms of Jackson State football. And, I just have to say, Jackson State football hit hard times, especially when I got into the broadcasting business. My very first game that I ever broadcasted was with you. It was over at the old Wallace Stadium. And yes, I will never forget a kickoff where the ball literally went behind the kickoff team. They were kicking it to the wind.
There was some high winds that day.
Exactly. But, it's been a resurgence. That resurgence came back during Coach Prime's era where the swagger came back. And now that fan base, they feel as though it's a birthright to be in the SWAC championship game.
Well, here's my kickback to that statement you just made. Did the swagger ever leave? Because when you follow JSU, like you said, the proud history, the sense of belonging, and dare I say arrogance, even in what I dubbed as the Comedy curse, you guys were still a proud, boastful group. You still were talking your noise. Now, the Deion factor. Here's the problem that I have with it. Okay. Yes, Deion came in, did some things, but Deion did not discover Jackson State, nor did he discover the SWAC. Okay, he came in and he was Deion, and he drew attention to Deion, but. Even Rob Jaden brought this up. T.C. Taylor was able to do something that Deion didn't do, and that was win a championship. So
he did. He did win a championship, and here's my gentle pushback. Okay, Jackson State doesn't get to the Celebration Bowl without winning the SWAC championship. So we can never discredit the fact that he actually got Jackson State back into the upper echelon of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, because I'll be the first one to tell you, from 2000, I believe, 14 until 2021, we were lost in the woods. So,
now we'll give him credit. He was show better than a Harold Jackson rendition of Jackson State.
Exactly.
So when, but the silent killer in all that was T.C. Taylor, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things, I think with regards to TC is, I've been around him quite a bit. He is a true student of the game. He understands what he wants to get done, because he called plays for Jackson State for quite some time under Coach Prime. And he understands how to get guys in space. He understands who needs to have the football win, and that's sort of an uncanny thing that he does. But you can make an argument, that he was there under Prime, comes from that Prime tree. But Jared Mack has a tremendous amount of influence with regards to what TC has done at Jackson State, and I'm sure he considers Jared Mack a mentor of his. And I think sort of the nuanced thing, I think sometimes people sort of say, well, Jackson State is still riding, the tailwinds of Coach Prime. I think the nuance to it is, TC's really fashioned this roster to what he wanted to see. So you see a lot of similarities, I think, to 90s Jackson State football, or where that offensive line, literally, they come to lean on you. One of the things that's part of the Jackson State DNA is you're going to have a tailback, big guy who can run in between the tackles, and that's what you've seen with TC. And that's something I think he brought over from his time in North Carolina Central under Jerry Mack.
Right. And then I'll tell you another thing. I hit that you got the number one rushing offense in Jackson against the number two rushing offense in Prairie View. And it's going to be a lean on both defenses. Now, I want to hear your analytical breakdown from positions. I already know who you think's going to win, but I want to hear your breakdown, and if you dare, give me a score.
Sure. I mean, when I kind of take a look at this, and to me, I mean, we know about the Josiah Rockwells. We know about the Nate Rimbers, the top two receivers, if you will, in the SWAC. But to me, this game kind of comes down to, those unsung guys that, they might not be at the top of the scout report, but they've done damage all during the course of the season. You take a look at Prairie View. Of course, we know Lamar McDowell, we know Chase Bingman, but guess who else is sitting out there? Shadley Bird has led them in rushing in a couple of games. So, that's a name that you have to be aware of with regards to Prairie View, because, you're paying attention to these other two guys, and this is the one who's killing you. So, and the same thing with Josiah Rockwell. You're paying attention to him. I'm sure he's going to draw double coverage, but you can't let, Ronnie Ojo get off. You can't let Andre Dennis get off. So those are the guys that, the unsung guys that you sort of paying attention to. And it's the same thing with regards to Jackson State. Ahmad Miller, in terms of what he's able to do, is 1,000-yard back. But it's the Mario Davenports, those guys, the Travis Terrell, in terms of what he can do as a running back and then on special teams as well. So, it's Jordan Dupree from a wide receiver standpoint. So it's the unsung guys that can really, I think, be the difference or the guys that kind of tip the balance for either team.
Well, there's an unsung hero, unsung story that I think is going to have a pivotal role. And from what I'm understanding, they're healing in just the right amount of time. Young man by the name of Savage. Now, Savage, of course, was a receiver at Prairie View, left. Of course, he ends up at Jackson. Started out hot, ended up on the injury list. I think either positive or negative, he's going to be a factor in this game due to the emotional factor of coming in. Man, I get to play against these guys where I was, and for whatever reason, I'm here now, and I think he's going to be a key element in this entire game, man.
Yeah, he could be another key element when you take a look at what Shamar Savage can do. And one of the things that it was pointed out to me, and now I really do pay attention to it, but he is a complete monster blocking downfield. He uses that frame to his advantage. And a lot of those big runs that you've seen with Jackson State, you go back and kind of look at the film, and Savage is running downfield, blocking and keeping that lane open to where they can get another 20, 30 yards. So, he's one of those guys. He's been a tremendous compliment to Jackson State's offense when he's on the field. If he's not getting behind a secondary, he does a tremendous job blocking from his receiver position. So he could be another X factor as well. Great, good job pointing him out.
Yes, sir. Well, you've given me your politically correct answers. Now I want to hear the fan of you, sir. What are you projecting this thing to be when the dust is standing at 5 p.m. approximately this coming weekend?
The number that I'm going to be looking at with either team is 200. If Jackson State can get to 200 yards rushing, I feel pretty comfortable that Jackson State will win this football game. On the flip side of that, I think one of the things, if you're going to talk about an Achilles heel of Jackson State's defense, it might be the secondary. So if Cameron Peters can have one of those games that he's had over the past, I believe, 3 games, I think where Prairie View's averaging 54 points a game. That could be a long day for Jackson State as well. And then we do have to pay attention to what the weather's going to do. There's going to be inclement weather coming into Jackson over Thursday and Friday. I looked at the weather report. I think there was a 60% chance of rain on Saturday. So we'll have to see how that plays out in regards to the game. But I think the key, if you are a Jackson State fan, does that offensive line, can they lean on Prairie View's defensive line enough to where it opens things up in the fourth quarter? And a lot of times we've seen that happen with Jackson State, especially over the past 2 years. And one of the things TC will tell you is, listen, you have to match our physicality. I have not seen up until last week. That's funny. Up until last week, Alcorn seemingly was the only team that sort of matched that physicality and kept Jackson State from getting over 200 yards rushing. But Jackson State was able to pull it out. But that's a number that I'm paying attention to with regards to both teams. But, if Jackson State can actually run the ball in inclement weather, and get over that 200-yard marker. I see a game coming down to the last 7 minutes of the fourth quarter, and Jackson State scores a late touchdown, and it makes it 27-17.
27-17. Okay. Well, I won't give a long, defined breakdown like you just said. I said Prairie's going to win 21-17. And so I think it's going to be very physical game. And to me, to be quite honest with you, I know you mentioned Peters. The quarterback position between both programs, I got it as a pick 'em. I don't know who's going to show up.
I think that's
what's going to happen. Morgan, I know he's going to will himself. I'm understanding. He's saying, "Hey, I'm playing. I don't care what you say, man. You think I'm not going to sit out at this? If I can walk, I'll be there." And Peters, they say that head old baseball coach say, "Man, I don't know if you're going to the outhouse or the White House. We don't know what you're going to get." But I really think that and the special teams play, so we'll see what's going to happen. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank you, man, for taking time to be with us here. Want to give you some closing thoughts and comments and where people can catch your work and what you're doing. And we'll wrap this segment up.
Well, Mike, first and foremost, let me say for everybody here, thank you. Thank you for all that you've done in my broadcasting career. I got my start with you. So without Mike Prince, there is no Charles Bishop doing some of the things that I'm doing with regards to broadcasting. I'm really appreciative for you sort of having an ear for me. And I don't know if you remember, you told me on the plane, like, listen, you got something. So you need to go ahead and hone your craft. So that's something that I've been superbly diligent about in terms of continuing to get the reps, so to speak. And whenever I get an opportunity, whether it's with SWAC TV, whether it's with Texas high school football, I try to get the reps in to try to perfect the art, and it is art with regards to play-by-play and broadcasting. So I absolutely appreciate you for giving me that opportunity. I can't say enough about that.
Wow, you threw me off on that one, man. How can the people catch? How can the people catch? I appreciate that very much, man. How can the people catch your work, man? And you mentioned, so you didn't do it. You got so much on the table now, folks. He outgrew us, and he just got so busy. But you do high school, Texas high school football, Texas Southern basketball, baseball. You got your talk show. You on SWAC TV. Man, do you have room to do anything else?
I know, right? And then I'm also working on my doctorate, so I should be finishing that up pretty soon. So,
yeah, man.
I got a lot of things in the hopper, man.
Yeah, man. The business man in the SWAC. Well, man, I truly appreciate you, man. Keep on grinding, man. And one thing that's going to always remain the same, it's going to always be about the game. It's going to always be bigger than us. There are going to be people coming around us, behind us, through us, and for us. But it's all about being the very best you can be at any given season. He is Mr. Charles Bishop. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Folks, y'all heard it. He said 27-21. I think that's what you said, right? 27-21. I was saying 21.
27, I say 27, 17.
Oh, 17, that's right. You don't want to give me the 21. You don't even want to give me the 21. Okay. I got you. 20. So get it right, man. 27-17. Man, that almost sound like 4 touchdowns, Charles.
Oh, I guess it does, doesn't it? Wow. Man, I guess it's back to my DNA too. Here I am trying to be humble and magnanimous, but it came out.
But either way, man, look, man, we'll get together after, man. I know you're going to be there live and live in color. Travel safe, my friend. Say hello to your family, and just keep on keeping on. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. I want to remind you guys that you can follow me on Twitter X at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You can listen to the game live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network at obnradio.com or by way of the YouTube channel at Open Mic Broadcast Network. 1 p.m. Central Standard Time is to kick off. Be there, be square, as they would say. We must exit stage left, so until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the My Broadcast Network here in Jackson, Mississippi, at Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Panthers cruised their way through the first half to the lead, 13-7 over Jackson State Tigers. Over that first half, the Panthers were able to collect 8 first downs and ran the ball efficiently 22 times, but I guess you could say inefficiently, only picked up 77 yards on those 22 attempts, but you can see that they're trying to stick to that bread and butter, Coach.
The thing about it, too, sometimes you got to run the ball just to say you're running it. So that's one of those things that you just have to do. Jackson electing to kick off, and they're going to take the win the fourth quarter. But, yeah, sometimes like 22 attempts, if you think about it, it's a little bit over 3 yards a carry, you'll take that. In a championship game versus a defense like this, you'll take it.
They ran 37 plays and were able to put up a total of 188 yards of offense. To the Jackson State Tigers offensive side, put up 7 points, picked up 5 first down, ran the ball 16 times for 58 yards, and have a total of 19 passing yards. So they ran a total of 24 plays for 77 total yards of offense. Possessed the ball 17 times to 53 seconds, 17 minutes and 53 seconds for the Panthers to the 12 minutes and 7 seconds to the Jackson State Tigers. Panthers picked up, I want to say the penalty markers get that right. Right now it's showing 5 penalties for 65 yards to the Panthers, 4 penalties and 48 yards to the Tigers. Panthers said will receive the ball, start off the second half of play, and they're going to get this one starting at their own 20-yard line, moving from right to left.
Yeah, man, let's see how this thing going to play itself out. But unfortunately, I have to apologize to the fans. We are outside, and I didn't come prepared. I just had on a thin Prairie pullover and a T-shirt thinking that we were going to be inside, and I've been walking around a lot, and I got cold, so I had to run to the truck to get me a pullover to throw on. So I apologize, but we back at action. Let's see if they can flip this field position.
Panthers finally got set on this play. Got 5 seconds left on the play clock. Peters in the shotgun formation, low snap, but able to maintain. Going to throw this over to the running back, Bird, trying to hit the outside. Has a lane, going to take a big hit. Don't see a penalty marker for a late hit.
Yeah, Jackson was looking for a hold.
I'm going to say, you got to get that hold from earlier. Huh,
yeah,
Coach?
That's what they were looking for, and it happened. Most of the time, you're going to get that on your sideline. I didn't see the late hit because I was looking at the hole to see was a flag going to bring that back.
So regardless, the reception from Bird is able to go to the 31-yard line for the Panthers. So 1st and 10 for them, moving from right to left. Ball is spotted at their own 31-yard line. We have a stoppage in the play right now.
And another thing, Prairie has Jackson outflanked to the field a whole lot. You see that tight end outside of the defensive end up top?
It's going to be a run play down going to the right side. It's going to be Bird. Bird trying to go to the design way.
He has earned himself some carries. But that's the one thing that Coach talked about. That's why every rep is important. So you get in, no matter if it's late in the ball game or early, if you make something happen, they'll find a way to get you some touches.
So Bird tried to get that one and run it to the right side and only picked up 2. So Bigman's going to come into the game for him on the 2nd down and 8 play. Peters trying to recall to Bigman what this 2nd down and 8 play is going to be. Snap. It's going to hand this off to Bigman. Bigman's going to try to run it to the left side, but it's going to be met immediately in a backfield by the defensive lineman number 0. That is Jeremiah Williams for the Tigers.
Hey, man, that's a football playing gesture. If you look at the film, he makes a lot of plays for the other guys around. He's a lot like Elijah one. He's more athletic and smaller, but he makes a lot of plays and cleans up stuff for other guys. Here they go in that double eagle.
3rd down and 11. Peters fakes the handoff.
Oh, he got him.
Throw it downfield. It's going to be caught by Rockwell, making the acrobatic catch with the defender draped all over him. Nice concentration. He's going to have this one inside Jackson State territory officially at JSU 25.
And that's what we talk about, big plays in the passing game.
Panthers working quickly here now on this 1st and 10. Ball is at the JSU 25. Peters get the snap, going to fake it, going to throw this one out to the tight end. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to connect to Jones on the flat, but the pressure by the Tigers got to Peters where he had to just throw that one quickly and unrushed.
Yeah, and you could tell the pressure was coming. Anytime you see two guys on defense stacked right behind the other, one of them is coming. They're not just doing that for show, trust me.
So 2nd down and 10 play here for this Panthers offense.
They still got him outflanked.
Peters gets the snap, going to hand this off to the running back. It looks like that's Beekman in the play right now, trying to stutter step and let the play develop, just trying to see if he can slip through something, but the play is going to be blown dead after he only going to go for 1 yard.
Yes. Yeah, good job. Like I say, Jackson State defensive line is making some plays for him.
So 3rd down and 9 for the Panthers. Just on that last 3rd down and 11, they were able to pick up the 1st down connecting from Peters to Rockwell. So now they're going to see what they can do here on this 3rd down and 9. Bigman coming off on the field. Bird's going to come into his replacement. Bird's lined up on the left side of Peters. Peters is trying to signal and get his players and teammates right in the motion. You got Rockwell on the right side, not knowing what the play call is. You got 8 seconds left on the play clock. Peters now getting the snap. He's going to take this one and run it to the right side. It looks like it's the design quarterback keeper, and it's going to go nowhere. As actually going to say he lost a yard right there.
Yeah, good job. Like I say, we talked about this a lot. You know, your dad and I about the double eagle 5-2 bear defense, and Jackson has been jumping into that bear. And Prairie can't hardly run the ball against it. And they bring in pressure with it. So you can see why that happened, though. But that's something we talked about. Like I said, your dad and I had what do you call it? 3-4, 5-2, bear, double eagle, you know, all of that type of stuff. But that's a good job by Jackson. And they bring in pressure with it.
42-yard field goal attempt
Looking
by
good.
Alfaro is up. And it is good for the Panthers.
Oh, Diego, man. Side Ranch finest, boy.
So 11 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers are able to drive down on their first possession here in the 2nd half. And at least it ends off in 3 points for them, Coach.
And that's one of the things, like I say, we talked about is being able to double up. So they did double up. Now you got a 2-score game. And look, I know Julian Keggins, who coached Diego at Side Ranch, is probably one of the proudest members of the Panther Nation. One of his kids putting some points on the board in the SWAC championship game. And he's a true freshman. So hopefully he'll hang around Pantherland and keep making plays for him.
So the Panthers are able to drive down on the field and put points on it, where it seems like the first half is going to definitely be a defensive match. Both of the teams were toe for tat at the start of this game. Prairie Panthers are able to at least separate themselves right now to give themselves at least a cushion, because it's going to go down to the end of it, Coach.
Yeah, it's still a whole lot of game. Like I say, it's one play can make it a 2-point game. It looks like Morgan, I don't see him throwing. So it looks like Jackson may ride the freshman the rest of the way.
So luckily, you didn't bring none of that wind back with you when you left to go get your jacket, Coach. But say the temperature has stayed about the same. They say gust winds were supposed to pick up to about 8 miles per hour, but haven't had too many of a problem on the special teams or even just throwing the ball today.
No, it's not making that much of a difference. Like say on the punts, it'll make a difference, but most of the field goals, because of the shape of the stadium, it won't. So we'll see if it holds true. But like I say, now you're starting to see the shadows come over the field. I don't know how soon before they turn the lights on, even though it's still daytime. But I always like to have the lights on earlier than later. So we'll see.
So the Panthers here in the SWAC championship game, fans have made their way out here to Jackson, Mississippi to support the Panthers as they're trying to crown themselves SWAC champions of the 2025 regular season. Right now, they're controlling their own destiny. 16-7 is our score. Panthers leading Jackson State. So Furrow, the special teams for the Panthers, made their way out to the field back deep for the Tigers. Will be number 17, Williams, and number 0, Terrell. Like I said, Coach, you want to keep it away from Mr. Terrell, because he's, like I said, at any given moment, he can shift this atmosphere of this game.
And Diego may try to hammer this one out the end zone since he has a slight wind at his back, if he can get it high enough.
Gets a run into this one. Boots it. It's going to be received by Williams. Williams was going to run to the right, then makes a cut back to run it back to the left side. And doing so is going to give him an extra 7 yards after that one. So the Tigers are going to get this one with decent starting field position. You can say at their own 27-yard line, 26.
Yeah, if I was Jackson, I would probably flip my return to the left since they keep kicking in the same spot. They have 2 free runners. You can't block everybody. That was a good job by the return guy.
So 1st and 10 for Jackson State. Taylor's going to keep Lockhart, the quarterback, freshman, out there for the Tigers. He comes in lined up in the shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Man in motion coming to the right side. He's going to hand this off to Miller. Miller trying to run to the left side. Going to try to stutter step and make a defender miss, but it's going to be tripped up past the 30, about a yard shy of the 35. So he got that to a 8-yard run to make this a 2nd down and 2 for the Tigers.
Yeah, just a simple zone by Miller. He just read the backside.
High snap, but Lockhart's able to maintain this one. Trying to hand this off to Miller. It's going to be blown up immediately. Getting into the backfield first was number 7, Kennedy Parker. And then the Panthers linebacking crew was able to come clean up the rest of what Parker couldn't do.
Yeah, they tried to run almost like a counter. Most people call it a counter H, a counter F. And once you get penetration, that's going to shut down everything.
Luckily for the Panthers, they didn't stop Miller at his forward progress. So this one goes for a loss all the way of 8. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers. Shotgun formation for Lockhart. Gets the snap. Rolling to his left. Pockets collapse on him. Going to try to pick it up with the first down with his feet, but he's going to have to just be way shy of the first down. Going to say he ran out of bounds at the 30. So it looks like the Panthers defense able to minimize that Jackson State offense on their first drive. Again, another slow start. Jackson State had a slow opening start to start off the game. Looks like they're rinse and repeat here right now.
I tell you what, it's going to get tougher on them because you got a true freshman quarterback playing against this defense. So you may have to pass it on give him some screens or some quick passes on early downs.
Low snap, but able to get it off in enough time, and you can tell that he was a little baffled by that one. It's got a penalty mark coming in about the 50-yard line. If you're the Panthers, you got to get away from that one. Almost came back and
it's probably going to be holding against Prairie because they just snatched the gunner on Prairie View sideline to the field, and the judge way back here saw it.
Yeah, you got 2 penalty markers. You got one that came in after the ball the player had hit the turf, and then you got one here on the JSU's 40-yard line. So the fishing crew is huddled up at midfield.
Yeah, I think both guys saw the same thing because it was outside the numbers where it happened.
So 9 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers defense able to stand tall, a force of 3 and out. Assumingly, the offense should be coming back out on the field, just depending where they will be possessing the first play after the penalty yards get marked off. So was a holding against the Panthers. So the Panthers are going to get this one starting at their own, say, 35, in between the 35, in between the 36, but we'll give it the 36 for the Panthers. Again, moving from right to left, they're coming in wearing the all-white helmet with the PVAM logo on both sides, white jersey, purple numbers outlined in gold, white pants with the gold stripe going down the side. Now Peters offense ready to work here. Shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers to the left. And now Dennis comes in motion from left to right. It's going to be a jet sweep that goes to Dennis. Dennis trying to run this and spin out of a tackle. And doing so, it's going to give them 2 yards from that spin and make this a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, good containment by the Jackson State linebackers and defensive ends right there, forcing that ball back inside.
So now the Panthers trying to work quickly here, but trying to get the correct formation. They were a little discombobulated. Now they got the correct formation. Got 2 receivers to Peters' left, 1 to his right. McDowell is the running back in on this drive, lined up on the right side of Peters. Peters gets the snap, going to hand this off to McDowell. McDowell trying to run to the left side, trying to follow his blockers, going to be met immediately. Got just 1 yard on that run before he could at least try to explode that one out to more.
being able to make the ball bounce outside to the overhang linebackers.
So say 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at their own 39-yard line.
Let's see if they get the ball to Bird. So they blitzing right here because you see no safety in the middle of the field.
And Peters has picked that up, so now he's going to change the play call. Bird was lined up in the backfield next to
now
Peters.
They're checking out of the blitz. So you see some cat and mouse. They probably going to end up maybe a quarterback draw right here.
Play clock is down to 2 seconds, 1 second. They just now get it off. It was a design quarterback keeper, and it's like Jermaine Jackson's going to have to force to take a timeout. The play clock got down all the way to 0, and they just barely got it off. To avoid any other complication, Jermaine Jackson has to force to take a timeout.
Yes. But like I say, that's the cat and mouse of showing one thing, going to something else, then checking back. And sometimes when you show it, you already know what their check back is going to be. So you actually call it to the second play, not what you think you're going to get.
So this is not going to be a custom 30-second timeout. It's going to be, they're going to take that into a 2-minute TV timeout. But we're going to stay right here. Right now, the Panthers have this one at a 3rd down and 7. Ball is spotted at their own 39-yard line. We got 7 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. And has this been the championship game you were expecting, Coach, coming into this one?
Yeah, definitely. Good back and forth play. A few big plays here and there. Probably expected a little bit more in the return game from both teams. But it's what you expect. It's still close. It's anybody's game despite what you see on the scoreboard. And there's a whole lot of football left to be played.
I'd like to remind our listeners that today's game being brought to you, sponsored by the Prairie Athletic Club, serving the Panthers since 1986, a proud partner with the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Also, like to thank the Temple of Refuge Ministries, located in Prairie, Texas, building the kingdom one soul at a time. A proud partner with the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and you can also listen to the Temple Refuge Ministries Tuesdays and Thursdays Bible studies every time at 7:30 p.m. by dialing 857-777-4411. Again, that number is 857-777-4411. We got about 1 minute and 15 seconds left out of the media timeout. Again, the Panthers got the game started off with a 7-yard touchdown run from Cameron Peters after both teams were able to possess the ball twice. But mind you, the Panthers did miss a 45-yard field goal attempt on their first drive that ended up being blocked by the Jackson State defense. Then the Panthers were able to seamlessly, like they were going to cruise off to what would have been like a 14-0 lead or 10-0 lead at one point. The Jackson State defense stood tall, able to drive down their field and at least tie this contest up off a 28-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Morgan. But like I said, we don't know if Morgan went out with an injury or if T.C. Taylor decided to go with just a new spark of energy, because that would have the freshman quarterback, Lockhart, taking over the duties for Jackson State.
And what Prairie did, they brought in 5 wide receivers. The last set, they had 4 receivers and a running back, so they took one of the running backs out, and they trying to find a mismatch. They probably going to throw it to one of the 2 guys that's covered by a safety.
Peters, shotgun
still
formation.
Got a lot of space to cover right here.
Empty set, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Is going to be caught by the wide receiver 1, Jacoby Banks, and don't know if he was at the first down, but it looks like he's about a yard shy. So what are you doing right here? 4th down and 1.
Punting.
Coach Northern saying punt. Jermaine Jackson has other ideas. He's going to keep the offense out on the field on its 4th down and 1. He's going to see.
You got Cam now. You can't forget. That's another running back in the backfield. I thought they needed a little bit more than that, but it's a true 1 yard.
Looks like the Jackson State defense is going to send some pressure. This is going to be a keeper by Peters.
Short.
Peters got hit at first. He's getting an extra push. The play has not been blown dead. The ball is like it's loose right now.
Either way it go, they short. And it may be Jackson State ball at the 45.
No real indication of what's going on right now. Jackson State is celebrating as if it's a 4th down stop.
Yeah, either way it goes, Jackson ball. Is that Cam? No.
Now you got
Well, Cam is limping as well. I can't tell if that's
Rockwell.
Yes.
Looks like Rockwell came up limping at
Tried
the
to
end of
get
that play.
in to get the ball. That's 3 big series, 3 big stops for Jackson State on 4th down or turnover situation.
So the Jackson State defense able to come away with the 4th down stop, and they're going to get good starting field position inside the Panthers territory. The first time they had a ball started inside the Panthers territory. See if they can get some good momentum off of this one, Coach.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you see a trick play right here.
1st and 10 for.
I always look for, they put formation into the boundary. It may be something funny happening, but they got formation to the field right here.
Lockhart walked down to the offensive line to give the new blocking assignment. So now he's going to take this one, fake the handoff, look at the pass, trying to roll. Going to take this one and throw to the completed receiver. Past the 25, inside at the 24 of the Panthers territory. Lockhart had all day to throw that one, connected to his wide receiver number 3, Rimbert, and then going to have this one inside at the Panthers 23-yard line.
The Panther fans remember him. He was at Valley and probably had a 10 or 12 catch game against Prairie View last year.
Right now, the Jackson State Tigers are getting themselves back life. This run by Terrell would have looked like would have been stopped for at least a modest gain. He was able to split through it and make this a 2nd down and 3.
The thing is, can they run it when both teams know you're running the ball? See, that's what I'm talking about. When both teams know they're running, they can't run it. When it's 50-50, they having some success. And it looked to me like the quarterback should have read that guy blitzing off the backside. If he pulls that, he's one-on-one with the safety on the hash back there.
So Terrell, the running back for the Tigers, tried to run that to the right side, but like I said, got met immediately for a loss of 2 yards right there by the Panthers defense. And now it's going to make this a 3rd down and 4. Ball is spotted at the Panthers 18-yard line. Say the 17-yard line. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation for Lockhart. He had 3 receivers to the left, none to the right. Now the tight end comes in motion from left to right. You have a penalty marker out on the field for a false start. The play clock goes down to 4 seconds, so it won't be a delay of game. But the Panthers defense is going to be able to have a little bit more breathing room as that Jackson State offense got to back up 5 yards.
Yeah, one of the receivers, and that's one of the things, like receivers you should be looking at the ball, and I don't know if one of the Prairie View DBs jumped at the kid or not.
So 3rd down and 9 for Jackson State. Push it back to the Panthers 22 now.
And I'm not sure a guy's name, think about it. We hadn't heard or seen Savage, the former Prairie View player. This is a place where a lot of times early in the season, they put him in for a 50-50 ball.
Lockhart in the shotgun formation. Miller lined up on the right. 3 receivers to the left. Looked like there was a little.
Like he jumped early.
Yeah, I thought I was about to say that too. And he's going to try to throw it to him. And this was going to be caught. No indication. And it is a touchdown.
Is that Rembert again? Is that 2?
It looks like number 2 right there.
Oh, that's Dupree.
Let's say Lockhart.
Yes. That he's like their 3rd best receiver, 2nd or 3rd, depending on how you sort him out right there. But he's made some big plays for him as well.
So Lockhart is able to sit back in the pocket and throw the post route to the wide receiver.
And to me, that's that post corner is the toughest route to cover in football. Oh, yep, you saw it happening.
The point at the tip gets blocked.
So they may have called.
We had a penalty mark out on the field.
On Prairie View, they may have gone 3-on-1, or either they hit the snapper. Yeah, they came through there sort of easy.
So if you're TC Taylor, let's go ahead and kick the extra point. You got 5 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the third quarter. Jackson State fans are trying to plead the case to the band
Well,
to
it's not
stop
going to make a
playing.
difference. Well, you want to make it to where.
We have another stoppage in the play right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Try to see what the call is right now.
I'm sorry. Nah. So look, we got a friendly guest from Jackson State sitting next to us. So we discussing strategy, whether going for two. A lot of people's philosophy is you don't go for two until you absolutely have to. So we just talking back and forth, and I didn't even realize we were still on, like you say. And then we fussing about the band playing and all that type. Look, the band playing while Jackson offense. So a lot of Prairie View fans
can
relate to that. Yeah. We appreciate that.
So now they finally got things assessed. Now we'll try to finally attempt this point after the 22-yard touchdown strike from Jackson State to make this one now 16-14 is our score. If you're just tuning us, the Panthers had the lead going into halftime 13-7. Got the ball to start it off, only able to drive down to put up 3. Then the defense was for Jackson State were able to minimize the Prairie View's offense. It would have seemed like we're about to take off and separate themselves. But now Jackson State has reemerged themselves into this game and have new life, Coach.
Like I say, man, there's so much time left in this game. It's going to be amazing some of the plays that we're going to see going down the stretch. Man, it's going to be heartbreaking for somebody when this thing is all said and done.
So 5:09 remaining here in the third quarter. So Jackson State was able to drive down and capitalize on the good starting field position. They got this one for the first time, starting inside the Prairie View territory, and that's what happens when you're able to capitalize on good starting field position. So far, the Panthers came into the game, had good starting field position, but now it's like they took a page out of Jackson State, haven't been able to be so successful on the offensive side for Prairie View.
Yeah, like I say, that's one of the keys that we talked about. Where do you get the ball, and then do you make it it's 4 points? Do you make it 3, or do you make it 7? And that's the key to the game. Pretty much so far, it's been one long drive. Other than that, it's been where you get the ball and then make it 3 or 4 or 7, however you want to chalk it up.
So we're here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Jackson, Mississippi, here for the 2025 SWAC Championship game between the Western Division champions, Prairie A&M University Panthers, and the Eastern Division champion, Jackson State Tigers. 16-14 is our score. About 30 seconds till we conclude this media timeout. The Panthers are going to get the ball back and see if they can extend this 2-point cushion that they have.
Yeah, I don't even see Morgan down on the bench.
So Jackson State faithful has woken up here a little bit more in the second half. The Panthers are going to try to see if they can get their crowd back in this contest. Back deep forward, the Panthers will be like number 14, Kellen Stewart. Kellen Stewart right now is moving, but let's say he's standing in position at his own 3-yard line. Kick by Jackson State's going to be received by Stewart. Muffled it for a second at the 5. Now trying to follow his blockers. Slips through one hole, trying to stay on his feet. And he's going to be finally wrapped up past the 20, say the 21. For the Panthers.
Thought they had a reverse going. But I think they were just trying to show reverse to slow some guys down, and that'll create a cutback lane.
So 1st and 10. Assuming we have a penalty marker here out on the field. I'm sorry.
It's probably offsides, which a lot of times they don't call it unless the joker was way offside. Or they're going to make them re-kick. So you know what? Now that you get the re-kick into the wind, I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago, we called it the Star Texas return, where the guy gets it and then act like he's going to give it to somebody else. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this right here. And you see the guys back there talking what they going to do. So like I say, don't be surprised if you see depending on the high kick, you may see either reverse or like they say, some trickeration right here.
So number 36 for the Tigers, that is Simon Naylor, will re-kick his step from his own 30 instead of the 35. So now Stewart.
And you have Bird back deep as opposed to the normal return guy.
So Naylor getting his correct measurements out on how he wants to boot this one. Stewart inching closer to the 10-yard line. So now it's going to be up in the air. Received. It's going to be a fair catch signal, man. Had a lane to run that one. But Bird's going to take.
That's going to upset some people right there.
So Bird calls for the signal, fair catch signal. So Panthers are going to get this one starting at their own 25-yard line, moving from right to left.
Yeah, a lot of people would have liked to see him run that one.
So 1st and 10.
This is what Prairie don't want right here. This Jackson crowd getting involved, because they'll make it hard on you to communicate in this place.
1st and 10 for Cameron Peters and his offense. Shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Fake the handoff's going to throw this one. Looks like there's some pulling right there. Not seeing no call, but I guess the ball was a little bit overthrown for the intended receiver, Allen.
Yeah, you make that one high and short. The matchup that Prairie really wants is a receiver on one of the safeties. Now, the corners are pretty good for Jackson. You know, they not NFL level elite, but they college good. But the safeties leave a lot to be desired from everybody that I've talked to.
So that incomplete pass from Peters is going to make this a 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers. Play clock is down to 19 seconds. Now Bingman comes in motion from left to right. He's going to fake the handoff to him. What's Peters? He's going to take this one and run this on the Zion quarterback keeper. It's going to be met immediately, but not until he picked up about 2-3 yards.
Man, it looked like he had way more space than that.
Yeah, it did.
That's a good job by the safety coming down here, making a play right there.
So 3rd down, say 7 for the Panthers, and we have a penalty marker at the end of the play. So the Panthers catch a break right there. We got 2 offset penalties. Okay.
So why even throw the flag? If you know it's going to offset, don't even throw the flag. Just talk to him.
Oh, you heard the official.
What did he say? Did you hear what he said? I didn't hear what he said. Okay. Now that makes sense. He should have just told him that from the get-go. So we could hear some of the guys that are right by us said he told both teams we're going to stop it right now, which is what I said almost. But I wouldn't have thrown the flag. I said, hey, you know, maybe on a TV time I'll tell both coaches.
So that
big down right here.
Offsetting penalties make it 3rd down and 7 for the Panthers. Peters looking to pass. It's going to be caught by the receiver, Rockwell. Has it well past the 1st down marker. It's going to be at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
With pressure in his face. That's a big-time throw. And the thing about it, like I say, they should have known by the spacing that he left to the outside, they should have known he was running an out-breaking route. He left a whole lot of space out there.
So Peters able to keep the drive alive, connecting to Rockwell. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Shotgun formation for him. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Going to fake the handoff to Bringman. Looking to pass. Going to connect with this receiver. Allen spins out of 1 tackle. Now he's going to try to stay on his feet. He's going to take a big hit. Clock is still running. Going to see if Allen's able to get to his feet after that, because he did take a big hit, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, great throw and almost broke it.
Allen not showing no indication that hit is bothering him, so he's going to stay in the game. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball is at the JSU 40-yard line. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Now man comes in motion from left to right. Peters looking to pass, has all day. Now going to step up in the pocket. Going to take this one and just throw it incomplete, out of bounds. Was outside the pocket.
Outside the pocket, though.
JSU fans are depleting the case.
Well, first of all, there's a couple things. You got linemen downfield, and you got a guy that was being held like it was a security guard. It's a good job he has a strong enough arm. See, here's another maybe out-picking or over route right here by this guy down here.
Banks,
yes.
You got Banks lined up here on the left side by himself. Got 3 receivers to the right. Play clock's down to 15.
They go to the
fakes
field.
The handoff. Looking to pass. Going to roll. Going to have a receiver. Next caught. He's at the 15. He's at the 5. And he's going to walk in for the touchdown.
Missed the interception.
83. Cameron Bonner on the touchdown reception, 40 yards out. Able to hit Bonner on the wheel route was Peters rolling to the right. And somehow, some way, that ball didn't get picked off right there.
And it was thrown to the inside. It should have been intercepted, but sometimes guys misjudge it.
So Bonner is able to. It looks like the defender was going more for the hit than trying to pick off the ball. And then Bonner was able to keep the concentration, spin out of that one, and you can say literally cruised his way, skipped into the end zone untouched.
3 big pass plays by Cam on that drive.
So 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and the Panthers find their way back into the Prairie South end zone once again. North end zone. I'm sorry, the north end zone to extend their lead.
And that's the thing about, like I say, sometimes when you get caught in that sort of no man's land, coaches usually tell you to secure the tackle. But if you go back and look, I guarantee that kid made one wrong step. That's why he didn't intercept that ball.
So you can hear the Prairie faithful few starting to play their Funk Town. As you can see, well, we can more see the feeling of the Panthers finally emerging itself back into this game. You can see that the tight cheeks got there for a second as Jackson State would make this a 2-point game. Now they got a little bit more breathing room.
But that's how you answer, though. You got to answer. Like I say, sometimes in a heavyweight fight, you got to take a punch to give a punch, and that's what the Panthers did. They took a big punch, but they came back with one of their own.
So what can the Jackson State Tigers do here on this drive with the freshman quarterback in at the helm right now? How hard is it to do to make that switch from going to the quarterback who pretty much brought you here to the freshman in this game?
Well, the freshman has played a lot since Morgan got hurt. Oh, boy.
Jackson State return man stumbles for a second, and that stumble allows the Panthers to get to him. Got some late pushing and shoving going on right there. You got a great sail actor right there by the Panthers, but couldn't get the penalty mark.
He was already into him. That's probably why they didn't call it. Man, them special teams guys different, especially if that's all they play. Man, them guys, you always have to worry about where are they and what are they doing, some of them.
So the return man for the for the Tigers, stumbled right there, which hindered him getting a decent return. He's going to have this one stopped at their own 20. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers, moving from left to right. Again, the Tigers coming wearing all Navy look, Navy helmet, white cage, Navy top, Navy bottom. Home team here in the SWAC championship game. Playoff pass, got a wide open receiver. He's going to be caught
boy.
by the return man, the receiver. And that's in for the touchdown.
That's another ball that should have been intercepted.
And it's a penalty marker, though.
Well, it's a crackback. He can't block going back in this. He should have just turned his back to him. Yeah.
So Lockhart had anywhere he could have thrown it to. He had number one.
He should have just turned his back to him.
Right now it's an 80-yard touchdown strike, but we got a penalty marker back at the 30, or say more than 25.
And that's the kid that transferred from Prairie that made the block.
Yeah, Samir Savage. And let's just go back. Lockhart could have picked this poison on who to throw it to.
It was a bad decision.
Yeah, Shamir Savage was wide open over on the right side. Chose to go to the wide receiver, Nate Rember, and Rember makes a heck of a catch.
Where it's only going to be penalized from the spot of the flag, so it's still going to be first down, Jackson, about the 40-41.
Panthers catch a break right there. Instead of it being an 80-yard touchdown strike, it's going to be a 1st and 10 for them at the Panthers' 42-yard line.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some good internet, Twitter chatter off this play right here, especially if it comes down to a close game.
Shotgun formation for Hart. Fakes it's going to throw this, and once again, it's going to be trying to connect with his wide receiver, Shamir Savage, on the right side. As they're going to say he did catch it, stayed in bounds. So it's going to be 1st and goal for Jackson State. Offense moving quickly here now.
And you got to, like I say, sort of be happy for that kid to make a play against his old school and after he just got a touchdown call back. So that's big.
So 1st and goal here for the Tigers as Tremaine Jackson.
So he may be trying to get
the play
review.
The replay for sure. He doesn't know if he really wants to call a timeout right there. So Jackson State was for sure trying to hurry up and at least snap that ball off, so they did take a second look at it. But right now, it doesn't look like they're going to go to replay. So it's staying as a 1st and goal right now. Panthers are going to take one of the 3 timeouts. Correction, the Panthers are going to be left with 1 timeout now, while Jackson State still has 3 timeouts. Two minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2 plays for the Jackson State Tigers, and they are back to making this within a 2-point game once again.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, man, if they sold blood pressure medicine at the doggone concession stand, man, you can make $1 million. Just deliver it to Uber Stadium, because they have some stadium where you can order food and they'll bring it to you. But I guarantee, man, if you could sell between cigarettes, headache medicine, aspirin, or blood pressure medicine, hey, man, you can make a whole lot of money at some of these games. Man, these kids will drive you crazy. I just like seeing good football, and man, I'm glad, man. I'm glad we're able to do this, man. I like to say, I can't thank your dad enough for giving me this opportunity, and then I'm happy because I get a chance to see my son enjoy it as well.
Jackson State is trying to see if they can punch into their south end zone, showing Jackson State to reduce this Purview lead. Right now, Panthers on top by a score of 23-14. Jackson has this at the Panthers' 2-yard line. You say the ball is at the 1-yard line. The ball's going to be handed off to the running back, Miller, and he's going to try to stay on his feet, but it's going to be wrapped up. It's going to say a loss of a yard right there. So the defense of the Panthers are trying to come up big right here to minimize to at least 3.
Yeah, that running back is awfully deep. If you're that deep, you need to be coming downhill.
Tigers getting some substitutions, getting a fresh set of offensive linemen for them on this 2nd and goal play. Ball is spotted at the Panthers, say the 2-yard line. Looks kind of more of the 3, how to kind of angle it off. But now you got Lockhart lined up in the shotgun formation. You got split receivers. Going to get this one. The hand is off to the running back. Miller tried to stumble his way into the end zone, stayed up on his feet, and is going to be in for the touchdown.
Like I say, that's power run. When you get down here, you need to be downhill unless you know you can get to the edge. And sometimes to get to the edge, you got to have some down blocks. It should be no zone blocking when you get down here. You got to do some pin and pulls or have a receiver come set the edge and then have a fullback or offensive lineman pulling. But getting downhill is the best thing to do.
Point out the attempt by Jackson State. Snap is down. Hold is up. Kick is up. And it is good. So 1 minute and 37 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Panthers leading by a score of 23-21. We'll take a quick break, but keep it right where you got it. You're listening to the Mike Broadcast Network. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Mike Broadcast Network here in Jackson, Mississippi, here at the Veterans Memorial Stadium, where the Panthers lead has went down to 2. 23-21 is our score here in the 2025 SWAC championship game. Stewart lined up at his own 3-yard line. Naylor lined up at his own 35, gets a boot into this one. A fair catch signal made by Stewart. So the Panthers will get this one starting at their own 25. You got extra pushing and shoving going on, but that's what you would expect here in this kind of atmosphere of this kind of game. So now Panthers got to be time management from here on out, Coach. You got one timeout, but you still have the 2-minute timeout in the fourth quarter. So you got to be smart here on out. One minute and 37 seconds to go here. Cameron Peters and the offense come back out here, lined up in the shotgun formation.
I tell you what, those 3 points right before the half looming real big right now.
Peters gets the snap, looking to pass, going to throw this one to the left, to the
Good
right
play.
side, going to try to take the one-on-one action with the top receiver for the Panthers. Riles incomplete.
Good play by both guys, maybe a little bit higher, but it's some good plays going on.
Formation for Peters. Got one receiver to the left, two to the right. Like that's Bird. He's going to take this one.
Oh, Lord.
Going to get a big hit. Don't know. Like he ran into his own offensive lineman and then got hit with a big hit right after that one.
Yeah, hey, man, that was a good job by the linebacker splitting that, what we call a backside puller. Stay on his inside shoulder. Once you see space, take space. Now they got him spread from sideline to sideline. They better keep their eye on Cam because he could break their back right here.
Third
if
down
it's
and
a quarterback
7
run.
for the Panthers. Split receivers, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Peters. Take the handoff. Going to throw this one to the receiver. It's going to be intercepted.
I'm surprised they didn't get a pass interference up top. But like I say, he sort of gave his hand to where he was going. He went back to the well, and the safety was over the top this time after they showed the blitz. I'm not sure where his man went. It looked like he probably should have been somewhere else and fell off and came and made the play. I tell you what, man,
so the Panthers
it's exciting right here.
Cough up the ball at a costly time for them. Jackson State now has it at their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for them. You got one receiver to the left, 3 to the right of the young freshman. Now tight end comes in motion from right to left. Now he comes set. He's going to fake. He's going to hand this off to Terrell, trying to run it to the left side. He's going to bounce it outside.
Because Prairie was crashing down. The guy that made the tackle was the overhang guy. So if he pulls that, there's nobody there except maybe a safety that's 10 yards off the ball.
So that will conclude matters here If you're just tuning us, I hope you weren't going too long, as this is going to take us to the end of 3. Panthers leading by a score of 23-21 over the Jackson State Tigers here in the 2025 SWAC championship game. We'll take a break. Be right back for the conclusion of this game. And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're here in Jackson, Mississippi at Veterans Memorial Stadium, here for the 2025 SWAC Championship game between the Prairie A&M University Panthers and the Jackson State Tigers. Right now, the Panthers on top of Jackson State by a score of 23-21. Jackson State does have the ball when we conclude this timeout to start the fourth quarter. They will have the ball moving from right to left now. Looking at a 2nd down and 8 when they come out of this. So ball be spotted right at midfield. So was it going to be too much of a long walk for them? It's going to have to flip the side. They were going from left to right. Just tuning us, the Tigers were able to pick off the Panthers to flip a whole lot of momentum into the way of Jackson State right now. Both teams have an interception thrown into this game, and right now the pass interception thrown by the Panthers is coming to a test right now because it has the Jackson State offense out on the field. So 2nd down and 8 form. Lockhart and his offense got 3 receivers lined up to his left, got 1 to his right. Terrell's the running back lined up on the right side. So now you can say this fourth quarter is ready to start. Side just finally moves away, so now Panthers were showing 3. Design screen going to the left side. It's trying to connect to Rembert. Rembert slips and spins out of 1 tackle. The Panthers got to be careful right there so they don't get no unnecessary roughness because Jackson State will plead their case.
Yes, and it's on their sideline, so you got to be careful. But that's a play he'll take. I was talking to one of the coaches from Alcorn. He'll turn that to a 60-yard play like it's nothing. He couldn't get back to the screen that they were trying to get to him.
So 3rd down, say 6 or 5 for the Jaguars. I keep on saying Jaguars, the Tigers. The 3rd down is 6 for the Tigers. Shotgun formation for him. Lockhart, you got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Terrell lined up on his left side. Panthers looking like they're showing 3 on the defensive line. Lockhart gets the snap, has all day to throw in the pocket, has the quarterback spot on him. It's going to be incomplete. Tried to hit.
Too hot.
Yeah, tried to hit Terrell, who would have had enough for the 1st down, but just threw it too hot and too high for him. So it's going to force just a 4th down play, and T.C. Taylor is just going to bring out the punting here to flip the field.
Yeah, 4th and 5, you can get a chance to pin them, and they going to be going into the wind, so hopefully you can get a good punt off, pin them inside the 10-yard line right here.
Clock's going to stop at 14 minutes and 3 seconds here in the fourth quarter. Hunter looked like he wanted to take it off and run for a second. Fair catch signal made. And
you'll take that
Allen
all day right there.
Tried to deke out the Tigers to pay more attention to him, and hopefully the ball would bounce into the end zone. But the ball took a favorable Jackson State bounce than it would did the Panthers.
Yeah, you usually teach a couple guys to run to the goal line and a couple guys to run straight to the return guy. And once he calls fair catch, then you'll add another guy to run to the goal line.
So Jackson State Tigers able to flip the side of the field and pin the Panthers deep inside their own territory. They're going to have this one starting at their own 4-yard line.
Boy, there's some nerves right here, man. I tell you.
Shotgun formation for Peters. Going to hand this off to the running back, McDowell. He's going to try to fall forward. Yeah, but it's going to be a hard fought 1 yard if they even give it to him.
Like I say, I still like Cam getting to the edge of the defense. Excuse me, sir. I still like Cam getting to the edge, though.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. All spotted at their own 5-yard line. Again, moving from left to right are the Panthers, trying to see if they can extend their lead here on this drive.
Yeah. Like I say, you're looking at this now. You see you got both receivers close to the hash. Unless he comes out, I'll be looking for him on an outbreaking route.
So now the formation is going to change. It's going to be a tight set here on the right side for the Panthers. Got one receiver to the left. McDowell is still a running back in. He's going to hand this off to McDowell. McDowell tried to slick through it, but got tripped up by the ankles. So that run only goes for another small gain of 2 yards. So you can say 3rd down and 7 now for Tremaine Jackson and the Prairie A&M offense right here.
3rd and a big play right here.
Panthers looking over there to the east sideline to see what this 3rd down and play is going to be. 3rd and 7 for them. Ball is spotted at their own 7-yard line. Now offense is finally getting set. You got 7 seconds left.
They're probably looking at the box to see if they're going to go quarterback draw.
Jackson State was showing fine. Looking to pass. It's going to be caught
great throw
by the receiver. He's at the 20, at the 30. Finally going to be tackled from behind. That is Dennis Allen coming through with the clutch 3rd down reception to keep the drive alive for the Panthers.
Hey, man, that was a great throw by Cam. I thought he was going to McDowell on the pivot route, and then he had the dig that came open right behind it. Great read, great throw.
And a great job by the offensive line giving Peters time to throw that ball to connect to Dennis on the slant route to keep this drive alive for the Panthers. Have this one at their own 30-yard line. Empty gunshot formation for Peters now. Bingham's going to come into motion. Going to hand this off to Bingham on the jet sweep. Trying to run this to the left side. Trying to get upfield. Lowers his shoulder. Is still on his feet. They'll finally be brought down. That run by Bingham goes for 6.
Yeah, good job getting him the ball, getting to the edge of the defense. Now you're not fighting the teeth of it. You're getting to the edge of it.
Say he got a little more extra yardage right there after that run. So instead of 7-yard gain for Chase Bingman. So Panthers working a little bit more quickly here, but going to take off as much time as possible. It's going to be another halfback draw to Bingman. And he's going to be about a yard shy of the 1st down.
They're going
to get up to the 40.
They're going to give it to him.
11 minutes will go here in the 4th quarter. And the Panthers are able to keep the drive alive. So far, the Panthers have been on 3rd down conversion 6 of 15, and they picked up a big one not too long ago to keep the drive alive here.
That was a real big because it changed the field position as well.
1st and 10, ball spotted at their own 40-yard line. Peters is in the shotgun formation. Got Bingman lined up on the left side. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Fake the handoff to Bingman. Now it's going to step up in the pocket. Going to have time to run. It's going to have the 1st down. Be passed it midfield inside Jackson State territory. Officially, say at the 47.
And see, that's why you see his sack numbers are low. He was pressured, but he got out of there. Like I say, it takes more than one person to bring him down unless you get a free run at him.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Halfback draw is going to hand this off to the running back Bingman, and Bingman's going to fall forward for a 3-yard gain right there. Jackson State getting some substitutions going in right now. Panthers keeping the same personnel out on that field from that last first down play. So it's 2nd down and 8 for them. Just got the new play call. Now they're ready to go. Formation is showing 2 receivers to the right of Peters, 1 to the left. Bingman lined up on the right side. Gets the snap. Rolling out to the right. A base of 1 sack. Now it's going to see if he can avoid seeing the holding call right there. But luckily, he's just able just to get a 1 yard out of that one.
They had a free rusher. If he just stays outside, you always stay outside, make him go back inside. A free rusher stays outside, he probably get a sack on that play.
So all of that goes for 1 yard because it was well covered by Jackson State downfield. Peter was able to avoid.
Much more manageable 3rd down.
So 3rd down, you say 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 7, however you want to call it. Shotgun formation for Peters. Got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Bingman was lined up on the left. Now it's going to be lined up on the right side. Defensive line for the Jaguars is showing 4 right now. Peters looking to pass, has all day to throw. It's going to step, but it's going to be complete to the receiver. Rockwell kind of threw it behind him. You see Jackson State trying to plead their case that is incomplete. Panthers need to hurry up and hike it. Right now, T.C. Taylor is looking over to the sideline, to the back judge to say for them to review it. Panthers didn't hurry up to the line of scrimmage to act like they wanted to snap it off because they're in just full confidence that Rockwell caught the ball. So T.C. Taylor is going to take a timeout to at least try to see if he can convince them to go in and look and do a further review on it. Yeah. But right now it's not showing no indication that they're doing that, but now they're bringing up the screen.
The thing is, Jackson's defensive line is playing pretty good against the run, but on passing downs, they can't get pressure unless they bring somebody else, which now puts them in one-on-one situations, which is not good for their DBs.
So right now, they're not showing that they're going in to review the last play unless they're just going to get a call from upstairs. But right now, if you're the Panthers, you want that. It's showing a 1st and 10. Ball is at the Jackson State 30-yard line. So we got 1 minute and 40 seconds to go here in the media time. I would like to remind our listeners that at the conclude of this, you can visit any of our rebroadcasts at the Open Mic Broadcast Network website and the YouTube channel at obnradio.com to catch any rebroadcasting games and special programs. That's only at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. You share your scores and stories at the 24-hour message line at 936-463-2405. Again, that number is 936-463-2405. Again, Coach, this game has been brought to you by the Prairie Athletic Club and the Temple of Refuge Ministry. It's been everything that you came for and hoped for.
Hey, man, like I say, you can't ask for better than this, man. Weather, crowd, fans, teams, you name it. It's been great.
So right now, I'm paying close attention to that head official right now. Doesn't look like they're going to go and try to review it. So Rockwell catch was successful enough because the ball got thrown behind him and he was able to make an acrobatic adjustment in the air to come down with it. Not enough to have them review it.
Go ahead, sir.
So 1st and 10 for Cameron Peters in his offense. Ball is spotted to now at the JSU 29-yard line.
A real friendly run box right here. And you got him outflanked.
Clock stopped at 8:23. Peters looking to pass. Pump fake. Out of the sack. And it's going to take the hit. The ball is loose. The ball is picked up by McDowell, but I don't know if he can advance the ball forward.
and one of Jackson. So it could be a penalty. Did the guy's helmet come off? Yeah, he doesn't have a helmet on, so he's supposed to stop in the middle of the play. But it should have been a penalty for illegal hands to the face by somebody.
You have the so I guess they were saying there was no foul for the helmet coming off on the Jackson State side. Regardless, the Panthers catch somewhat of a break.
That was a big break right
there.
Because
it should have been a sack probably around anywhere close to the 40-yard line, but he was able to spin out of it and at least just
how it made it to McDowell.
Yeah, we'll never know. We'll never know.
It's an early Christmas present.
So it makes it 2nd down and 13 now for the Panthers. Push it back to the JSU 33-yard line. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Bingman is the new running back in now. Peters gets them. It's going to be a design running back screen over there to the left side. Has the blockers. Is going to try to make one defender miss. But as he chopped his feet, he's able to make the open field tackle to keep him about a yard shy of first down.
Good little, what most people call a swing screen or a crack screen, where they came and pinned the linebacker that was supposed to be covering the running back, and then the corner didn't fall off. But it was, and they had a lineman that pulled out. So it was a great design play. 3rd and short.
3rd down and 2 for the Panthers, getting some late substitution in on this play. You got 15 seconds left on the play clock.
A lot of
7
time.
minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the game. Peters got one receiver, Allen, over there to the left. Rockwell over here lined up by himself on the right. The corner's about 10 yards away from him. But it's a 3rd down and 2. This ball's going to be kept by Peters. Peters trying to spin out of the tackle to see if he can get some more yardage, but he's going to have this one inside JSU territory, officially at the JSU 13-yard line.
Hey, man, this might be a back-breaking drive. If they can get a touchdown and stuff, you think that's a 90-something-yard drive to cap it off if they can do it.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball is spotted at the JSU 13-yard line. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Like you said, if the Panthers can just take off as much time as they can on that clock while ending it off with a touchdown, will be a blow to Jackson State right now. But if the Panthers, you got to make that happen. Make it come true if you can right now. Shotgun formation for Peters. Peters going to hand this off to Bird. Bird trying to dance his way, split through a hole. Still on his feet. The play has not been blown dead right now. But Bird was able to get an extra push. 2 for about a 5-yard gain. Again, that clock is rolling. Jackson State has 2 timeouts. Fairview has 1. You still have a 2-minute timeout remaining here in the fourth quarter. 5:50 to go here. 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. They have this one inside the red zone territory, officially at the JSU 8-yard line. Late minute substitution coming in for the Panthers. As they look like they're going to bring in McDowell on the 2nd down and 5 play. Play clock down to 9 seconds. Late substitution coming in for JSU. As you can see, and he's just taking his time as he's allowed to do it. Just see.
So that's bad officiating right there.
You have a penalty marker coming down on the field. As you can see that JSU was intentionally taking their time unless they call for the offsides.
Well, the referee is supposed to stay out there while they're making the substitution. Because Prairie View substituted late, you got to give Jackson time. And he moved out while Jackson guy was running off the field.
So it should be an off. If you're Prairie View hoping for an offsides here.
Well, they may cover their own behind by not throwing the penalty because it was bad. No, they threw it.
They say legal substitution.
That's bad officiating to me.
We'll take it, Coach. We'll take it.
Oh yeah, you
we'll take
it. But if I'm Coach Taylor, I'm fussing at when they substituted. You got to give my guy time to run out there. Now he wasn't in a hurry, but at the same time, you still got to give my guy time to get there. It's not my fault they substituted with 14 seconds on the clock.
So 2nd down and 1 for the Panthers. McDowell's in the running back. It's going to hand. This is going to be a keeper by Peters, and Peters just going to. He needed to get to the 4-yard line. We're going to see if he was able to get there. By the spot is showing that he has it.
But it should have been okay. It
should have been
half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, so you need to get to the 3, not the 4. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Panthers. You got 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go on the game clock. You got 22 seconds to go on the play clock. McDowell is the running back in the shotgun formation, lined up on the left side of Peters. Allen comes in motion. It's going to be a keeper by Peters. Peters stretching out for the
with that ball.
Yeah, I'm saying Peters was reaching out for the end zone, and JSU was indicating that they had it.
The only thing that may save them if they say forward progress, but Jackson State clearly came out with the ball. You see it on the 20-yard line, maybe. The only time you do that reach like that is on 4th down.
So we'll wait the call. We had some injured.
The only thing you would rather if you Jackson is the ball have gone
in the end zone.
Now, Prairie might get a safety right here. I might sell out on the blitz right here.
Jermaine Jackson is trying to see if he can at least get an understanding on how they came to.
As soon as he reached, you saw his arm.
Yes, sir.
Pop back.
The second he had the first down, there was no sense for him to reach right there. You say trying to be greedy to get the end zone, you understand, but you would have been okay with just taking the first down.
Definitely. You got 4 downs to get it.
But nevertheless, Jackson State has it. 1st and 10, ball is at their own 1-yard line. Clock is at 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Man,
23-21 is our score.
Boy.
Panthers on top. This ball's going to be handed off to the running back. And just trying to give his offense some extra breathing room. He's going to get to the 3-yard line. So we're going to say that went for 2 yards. So 2nd down and 8 for JSU.
This way you tell your freshman quarterback, do not throw it over the middle of the field unless it's wide open. Everything need to be from the hash out.
25 seconds left on the play clock. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter.
A whole lot of time.
Lockhart in the shotgun formation. You got one receiver to the right, 2 to the left. He's going to hand this off to the running back. That is Miller. Miller is trying to lower the shoulder, but the defense of the Prairie View Panthers stand up a little bit taller to only minimize them to 1-yard gain right there. Makes it 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, they didn't have a hat for the guy, overhang guy, so it makes it easy for him to come up and make a play. Now this is where you get nervous if you're a Jackson State fan.
15 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Play clock down to 15. Ball is spotted at the Jackson State own 4-yard line. Panthers leading by a score of 23-21 here in the SWAC championship game. Shotgun formation for Lockhart. Fakes the handoff to him.
Oh, he got a man.
The pass. He's going to throw this one. It's going to be incomplete. Almost intercepted by the Panthers.
Yeah, he should have threw that one on the line. He would have had him. He had him open early. When you throw it that deep, you get a backside safety a chance to come over and make a play.
So now that's going to be a 4th down and 7. And
they starting to feel it on the other side.
They're going to bring the punting unit. You got 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go here. Jackson State only has 2 timeouts, and Prairie View has 1 timeout remaining. The punting team is out for both respected teams. High kick. It's going to see if it takes Prairie View bounce, and it takes more of a Jackson State bounce right there. So Panthers are going to have
still a lot of time.
A lot of time. It's going to get this one starting at their own 45-yard line. Minutes and 44 seconds to go here, Coach. What can we expect here from these last 2 minutes?
And Cam Peters. I might call, even though he's just from, I might call Cam Peters or McDowell runs right here.
Everything you hoped for and dreamed of is coming down to here. Here in the 2025 SWAC championship game, Panthers came in with a record of 9-3, 7-1 in SWAC play, winning the Western Division of the SWAC As for Jackson State, into 7-1, and SWAC winning the Eastern side. The winner of here will be able to punch their ticket to the Celebration Bowl that will happen in Atlanta, Georgia next week. Right now, it's looking favorable that way for the Panthers. They're just 2 minutes and 54 seconds. So actually, I was going to say he went for no games right there. So
you almost have to treat this like basketball. Call your timeout to stretch the game out.
Play clock. Didn't seem like it's set. Now the game clock is paused at 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, there's something going on with the play clock. I'm not sure.
If I'm not mistaken, they just said Jackson State called their last timeout.
No, they should still have one more.
Yeah,
left,
that's what I'm trying to get correct. The head official said their third and final timeout, but they should be left with one timeout. If you're the all right, well, we got to finalize that, but both teams should be left with one timeout. We're at 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Panthers leading by a score of only 3-21. The Panthers have it. 2nd and 10. Ball is at their own 45-yard line. Pick up one first down, coach. You can pretty almost over with.
It depends on if you get it before or after the 2 minute timeout.
Then the Panthers came in wearing all white helmet, white top, purple number outlined in gold, white with the gold stripe going down the side as they were the away team here in the SWAC championship game. For State Tigers, the maroon, the navy blue helmet, navy blue top, light blue numbers, to light blue printing for the names on the back of the jerseys, white numbers outlined in the baby blue, navy blue pants with the light blue stripe going down the side. Got the Prairie view showing in the north end zone, Jackson State showing in the south end zone, the SWAC championship game logo at midfield. For 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go until we can finally deem who will be the 2025 SWAC championship game. Second down and 10 for the Panthers. Peters coming out, working in the shotgun formation. Got two receivers to the right, one to the left. McDowell is the running back lineup on the left side of Peters. Defensive line shifting over there for the Tigers. Look like they're going to bring some pressure. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. This time, Peters runs into his own offensive lineman once again. It's going to get stopped up for about a 2-yard gain. So now Jackson State's going to force to take their last timeout. So now Jackson State is left with no timeouts, and you have 2 minutes and 14 seconds left on the game clock, Coach.
Yeah, man. So now is if you coach Jackson, do you run it and take it, let it run down to the 2 minute, punt the ball, and live and die with your defense?
I think you got to run. You trust your defense at this point, right?
You might roll out and get Cam to the edge of the defense, but hey, man,
keep the ball alive.
No way do you throw this ball.
You got to keep the clock running at all times. Because right now, Jackson State has no time. The only time it's going to stop is at the 2 minute timeout.
But so some people will throw it right here because they know that 5 to 6 seconds don't make that much of a difference if you throw it right here.
So 3rd down and 8. TC Taylor is trying to get this Jackson State faithful to get up behind his defense, see if they can come up with a 3rd down stop.
Hey, and this is the thing you got to watch for. Do they try to draw them off sides to make it 3rd and short?
3rd down and 8. Cameron Peters in his offense. Got 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Chase
if this thing don't work out, that interception right before the half is going to be everything that everybody talks about.
Play clock is not rolling right now. It's still at 25 seconds. Head official looking like he's trying to get everybody on the same page. Now we're ready to go. They just put 2 more seconds back on the game clock. So instead of 2:14, we got 2:16. Bingman was lined up on the left, lines up on the right side of Peters. Peters gets the snap, looking to pass. He's going to just take this one and run. Going to have enough for the first down. Thought there would have been a holding call, and it's not seen. Got to be careful right there. Pointing right there. Came across and smacked the Jackson State helmet right there. But able to pick up the first down was Cameron Peters.
So the Cam to the edge of the defense.
Panther fans are feeling it over there as they were able to pick up the first down to seemingly ice the game here. Now you just got to protect and hold on to the ball.
Yeah. I appreciate you, man.
Jackson State is not loving us up here. But right now, I don't want to jinx nobody. 2 minutes left here in the 2025.
But he has been nice to us since we got here, though. But like I said, I know this one hurt right here. And like I say, that field goal right before the half is going to loom big. So
Peters, you can say for a second, was telling Coach, just put the ball back in my hands. Let me make up for the mistake that I did right there.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that.
And they had a chance. But like I said, that's a bigger dude than you think. And unless you have a free shot running at him, you're not going to stop that cat.
Yeah, I'll say you can say Prairie might have got away with a holding call, which allowed Peters to break that tackle and extend this drive here for the Panthers. Right now, 23-21 is our score. The Panthers are on top of Jackson State. I'd like to remind our listeners that you can become a listening partner at visionobnradio.com to help continue coverage for our community. Again, that's only at obnradio.com. You can support the Open Mic broadcast by going onto the website and scrolling down, clicking the donation button. We appreciate anything that you have to give to the concern of your heart. 2 minutes ago here in the 2025 SWAC championship game, Coach, and right now, I know I can taste it a little bit, but I don't know if you can taste it just as much as I can.
Like I said, they can run this thing on down. I'm looking forward to seeing, some of my former guys after the game that came from all over the place to be here. I saw Big Cleve Collie that came from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and Jerome Howard. Tim Smith that's working at Grambling now. So it's a blessing to see those guys, man. And
so right now the Panthers are lined up in the victory formation. Tigers cannot stop the clock from this point on.
Man, the joker moving the ball. Excuse me.
Now Peters gets the snap. Waiting a second. Now takes the knee. So I'm just going to wait until it hits 0-0 so I can finally get him because I don't want nothing else to say the broadcaster jinx. Only nothing else to happen. But right now it's looking oh so favorable for the Panthers that they'll be playing next week in the Celebration Bowl.
It looks that way.
Second down, say 13, 15. Take this one and go all the way down to the 1 second on the play clock.
So somebody for Prairie jumped. But if it's less than 120, there's no way.
So right now they're trying to huddle up, discuss what might have happened.
Well, it's going to be a penalty. But the thing is, yeah, Jackson. So if Prairie View was behind, Jackson could have made them take a 10-second runoff. So that's what the discussion was about. Does Jackson take the 10-second runoff, which they declined?
So should the clock? Well,
the clock is going to start back on the snap now.
They took
and
the
it
10
looks like
seconds.
that's wrong, man.
So
that's not even how much time was on the clock. See that? Yeah. See, now they trying to get it straight because
the
a few seconds ran off the. No, the clock shouldn't be running because it's a penalty on the offense. The thing is, the clock should have been where it was when they called a penalty. It should have been a drop dead clock, and then the clock shouldn't start back until the ball is not put in play. Yes.
So
that's
now they finally got it correct. So it was 1 minute and 18, and then the clock went to 1 minute and 8 seconds. Now they got it all correct. 1 minute and 18 seconds, and the clock should start
on the snap.
So if the
and that's what. And I'm sorry, but the offensive linemen are telling him, snap it on, set, go. Don't do all that other stuff. Just snap it and let it roll.
So third down for the Panthers.
So now all they have to do is wait till the clock get under 40 seconds and snap the ball. Jackson can't stop it before it runs out.
Play clock is down to 10 seconds. Game clock is 45 seconds. So now the Panthers can just take this one, take a knee, and you can deem themselves the SWAC champions. Panthers able to drive all the way down here to Jackson, Mississippi.
A lot of people didn't have this on their bingo card, I tell you that much.
The Panthers have made their way out to the field to celebrate because there's nothing that Jackson State can do to stop this clock. And the clock has finally struck zero. And the Prairie A&M University Panthers are your 2025 SWAC champions.
Hey, man, you got to love it for the school, man. You know, it makes AD Golf and Dr. LeGrand and Coach Jackson look like, hey, man, they did things right, and you can't help but show appreciation and thanks for them guys for all that they done for the university. I tell you what, man. And then for those fans that always get poo-pooed on for not showing up. But it's some loyal fans. It's some good fans. But, Jackson is going – they're going to go back and think about that doggone interception right before the half like never before.
Well, Coach, I'm going to make our jobs easier. We're going to shut this production down as soon as possible so we go in and celebrate
with my son, man. I tell you, and I want to apologize, but, man, you know, it's emotional time because he made the decision on his own to go to school there. And for those coaches that have still extended an olive branch to me, for your dad, for doing what he has done for me. Like even me seeing Charles McClellan today, I got to think about all those people for making today happen. And I just want to say thank you to you guys for making this happen. And thank you to the Prairie View football family for being good to my family.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, I want to extend out that same gratitude to you thank you for tagging along with this one because none of this would have been possible without you, Coach. I can say that for sure. You made my job a whole lot easier, and we was able to say my first SWAC championship game being able to broadcast. And like I said, hopefully it won't be the last of us, and hopefully there's more to come with it, whether you're up here broadcasting or whether you're back down there coaching, Coach.
Yes.
But we're here in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi to be that exact, where the Panthers have just crowned themselves the 2025 SWAC champions of this football season. You go back to the years where Panthers were the laughing stock of
and still are. Like they don't get respected like they should. It's a doggone shame that they don't get the respect that they should get. But it's just it's like you can't get past the 80 games, and a lot of guys, that's all they think about when they hear about Prairie View, which it should be way past that by now.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, like I said, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to another production here on the Open Mind Broadcast Network, where the Panthers were able to come out victorious here in the SWAC championship game over Jackson State Tigers by a score of 23-21. I am Philip Prince, alongside with Highs. We'd like to thank you for tuning into today's game and like show you and show love to ones around you. Until we meet again, God bless you, and we'll see you on the other side.
Man, I'm going to use the bathroom and go down.